As I understand it, Mr. Games Master, we're stood just outside Miyazaki. Yes.
You are actually sat on the river, on the bank of the river, to the east or to the northeast of Miyazaki. Yes. You have made your way south. I'm doing a slight retcon from last time. As you passed through Hanamishisu, your lady friend from the village, Tomoe, quietly asked permission to join your group to get out of the village. If she wishes to explain why, she can. She's certainly looking slightly harassed, but she can explain for herself as to why she wishes to join the group.
Do we know which particular family she comes from?
She comes from one of the artisan families. Her mother's died.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
No. Essentially, I have been my father and brothers were killed, and I grew up at the School of the Flashing Blades. And then my mother remarried into an artisan family. However, my stepfather has been using my mother's skills as a kimono and hakama maker. She's sort of very skilled, and I've kind of learned alongside her, but not as skilled. But he's been using her basically to create high quality kimono and hakama, which are not sold in the village. I'm not entirely sure where it goes, but suspect.
Uncle manages to sell them for her.
I kind of had seen some Yakuza kind of close by the estate, so I didn't know if there was something involved there. But essentially, stepfather's...
No. Uncle's an honest merchant. He has nothing to do with Yakuza.
No, I meant for around the stepfather. But so he's been very abusive, and also I have a stepbrother who wants to marry me, basically. And so I ran away. I've been in the garrison learning, but they're still kind of following me and don't really kind of want to bring me back. And also my mother is still living with my stepfather. So I'm trying to kind of...
She died. My apologies.
No, it's my father was killed. But so I'm trying to find a way essentially to help my mother. And also my sister has married into a family, into a clan in Kumamoto in central Kyūryū. So I'm also looking at potentially connecting with my sister, but she's very far away and I don't have a lot of money because I spend it all on books and paper and ink. But no, so that's kind of where my character is. I'm kind of being harassed, and potentially my stepfather may have connections to the Yakuza in the area as well. So I don't feel confident taking him on my own, and I do feel very worried for my mother as well.
He's probably a good friend of your dad. He's probably a good friend of your dad, Kinzo.
Probably, from the sounds of things.
Yes. Please don't mention SOB in my hearing, because somebody's going to get hurt. But in that case, you're very welcome, Tomoe, and we'll do our best to look after you. Won't we, gents?
Of course.
We will. What weapons are you carrying, Tomoe?
So I am carrying a wooden naginata and a wooden wakizashi, and I also have a hidden, concealed tanto, which my father gave me before he died.
Right. Okay. Excellent.
Jolly good. So, just to explain to Lianne, so you started in the village of Hanamishisu, joining the group, and then you headed down past Ohio Castle, through Kanjimasu, Uminasai, through the customs and checks at Ima Castle, and then finally past Ikagetsu, and you're standing on the side of the river opposite Miyazaki. And the date today, let me just check the diary.
Shimotsuki 12, wouldn't it be?
This is 12 Shimotsuki, yes. And it is cold. Didn't actually freeze last night, but it wasn't far short.
Can we get some ferries about, get across the river?
I would imagine so.
Good. Let's cross
What was the month, Dave?
Sorry, the month is Shimatsuki.
Yeah, May is what we're heading up for last week.
Ah, right. What happened last week? They've accepted a job to deliver a message to one of the Yakuza.
Okay,
in
yeah, and
Miyazaki.
okay, yeah, we were
Deliver a
supposed
message
to,
in quotes.
yeah, in quotations, conscious, unconscious, up to discretion.
But leave it on somebody's body. Really, is the idea.
Yeah. Whether it's breathing or not, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think he preferred everyone to be alive, though.
I'm not fussed.
Ishido did not seem to care very much about that.
I don't care either.
Okay, well, there we go.
There are any Yakuza.
Yeah, I hope that Tomoe is aware that she's joining up for this.
I'm not sure I'm not sure she cares particularly, as long as she's out of
She gets away from home.
Well, she is now. We're
I was just going to say that at the moment, I am just really wanting to kind of prove myself and be a part of the group, because I'm kind of looking over my shoulder a bit, potentially at my kind of step family, and whether or not they're kind of, following us. So I want to kind of have that protection of the group, really. And as a woman traveling alone, it's very dangerous. So I think for me, I'm happy to go along with the kind of what the party are looking to do. I'm also trying to make some money as well, so potentially visit my sister.
You joined the right group for that.
I mean, as long as you
Is
know
there
how to
much
bash some
chance?
heads, gladly.
Sorry, Tomoe. Is there much chance that they will pursue you think?
I'm they've been keeping an eye on me, but so far, because I was with the garrison and I was under protection of the garrison, they didn't make a move against me. But I am conscious that my stepfather wants to kind of bring me back into his estate,
Because
to work
on
with
the
my
way
mother.
back, obviously, we're going to pass through Hanamishishu again on the way home.
Yes, so there is a chance, and obviously I'm trying to keep a low profile, but at the moment I'm kind of desperate to start making money and to have the protection of the group, really.
Yep,
I mean, legally, she is obviously adult, and therefore, legally, he has no control over her. However, possession is 9/10 of the law, so if he dragged her back, it'd be more difficult to get her free again.
Yes, and my as I said, so go ahead.
Have you considered disguising yourself?
I haven't. I did look actually as I was in the kind of shop as I was buying my book, at some of the kind of makeup and so on. But at the moment, I haven't disguised myself. This is kind of the first time really being out of the village, so I'm still kind of quite green, really, and also I don't have a high wit score, so I may be prone to not always making the best decisions.
Okay, that's fair enough.
well, you're joining a good group there, then I tell you.
I noticed.
Yeah, since
In
we're
good company.
since we're supposed to be on the others, the people
It's quite simple. It's quite simple, Tomoe. Yanagi is our brain box, and if he doesn't notice it, we won't.
Okay.
And if I can't
Good to
catch
know.
it, we won the
Sorry,
first
did
one.
somebody
If I
say
can't catch
something?
it, we won't.
What was that? I missed that.
Yeah, I was just complimenting on you being brainy and clever.
Oh, really? No, not really.
Just so you're aware, Lianne, I'm playing Kinzo. Okay.
And I am Kyūryū.
Yeah.
Kosa,
Nice to meet you
Kyūryū, Kinzo, and
Yanagi,
Yanagi are all Budoka. And Asakura is a fellow Bushi with yourself.
Okay.
And he's spear-armed, I believe.
We're a party mix of
No,
2 and 4.
currently, Asakura is sword-armed only. Or no, he does have a Yari actually, but he mainly uses the sword.
Yes.
Sword. I'm Tomoe's mainly going to be using Naginata, but I also have skills in Kyūjutsu, sorry, and Tanto at short range.
Skills in diplomacy.
Okay.
I'm the diplomat.
Yeah. Well, the party have actually seen a Tanto wielded with surprising efficiency.
Oh, remember that merchant?
Yes.
He was a Tanto master. He was the Bruce Lee with the Tanto.
I need to know where to go and find a teacher then.
Well, he did quite a good job, mainly because he wasn't as much of a threat as his two Ashigaru, in theory. Anyway, so Kosa, do you wish to pay the ferry fees for everybody to cross the river from the petty cash that you are managing?
If we have sufficient petty cash, what have we got?
I don't know. You're the one who's
Yeah,
keeping
go on then.
track of it.
How much is it? How much is it?
2 copper. each, I think.
2
How
copper
much
ahead.
is the ferry?
2 copper
2
ahead.
copper ahead. We've got 2, 4, 6, 6 of us now.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's.
Nicely won silver then.
No?
No, silver's 30 copper.
18 left, isn't
No,
it?
no,
He'll take a silver if you're offering it.
Yeah,
Right,
well-
okay, so you're not treasurer. Okay, that's.
Oh,
Yeah, keep him away from the books for a start.
But I've just said that you're a brain boy. Oh, dear me.
oh no, I wasn't paying attention.
Definitely not.
May is asking before we head out.
It's alright when I make that mistake. I'm new to the game. You've played before. You don't
I
have
have,
that
yes.
excuse.
I was busy finishing my dinner, that's my excuse.
So hunger is driving your gaming. That's nice.
It was, it's not now, I'm done now, but yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so you cross the river, and let's just check and see if all goes well. Did you
Let's be careful. Let's be careful when we enter town, because remember, we're not welcome here.
Yes, keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, they don't like us in Miyazaki.
Okay, you cross the river, and you land just upstream of the town, and you head down the road into the city. All right, calling it a city is probably a bit much.
Do we know which part of town this gang tend to hang out in?
The docks.
The docks.
The docks, okay.
Yes.
It's all right. We're going to the docks
Oh,
anyway,
that was
aren't we? We have an appointment there.
Hey, a date.
Okay.
2 birds in 1 stone.
Okie doke. You are let through the gate without a problem. You aren't obviously carrying any goods, so no reason for them to stop you. You make your way into town.
Yep.
You know the way to the docks because you've been there before.
So we'll head in that direction. Everybody keep
What time
your
of day
eyes
is it?
peeled.
I think you stopped in Ikagetsu, so it's late morning.
Oh, in that case, straight to the dock.
No problem. Jolly good.
Fresh and ready for a fight.
You head to the docks, and as you approach the docks, you are met by a small boy who bows politely and asks you to follow him, Kinzo.
We've got an escort.
It looks like we've been met, gents. Let's go and find out what they want.
Okay.
Okay. Well, everybody have your weapons ready?
Should we give the little boy like a silver piece to like show them we're like big gangsters and we've got loads of money? We should do.
If you want to do that, you feel free. Go ahead and do it. I'm not.
No, you don't think it's a good idea?
No.
Like,
Because if you do it to one, all the little boys will want one, and you'll be skint in no time.
well, I
flat.
was thinking of giving him 1 copper for his troubles, but that's their job. What I was thinking of is just like making a statement to them, like we're bigger than your stupid gang. Like,
Well, we don't have that kind of money to throw around, not in the
Okay.
loot.
okay,
We've just distributed most of it, so there's not much left.
I'll give the lad a copper from my personal then.
Okie doke. So you make your way towards the docks, and find yourself walking between a pair of warehouses. Sorry, let me just adjust this.
Taking a careful eye to look
Down
on the roofs of the
towards-
warehouses just to see if I spot anybody. I'm checking roofs as we walk down. Just see if there's anybody hiding around.
Okay.
Oh, we've got a map. Ooh.
And you find yourselves approaching a quay. And it's bustling with people. I'm not showing everybody there, but there are a number of people waiting for you on the quay, and you recognize this gentleman as the bully boy who flashed his Irezumi at you, Kinzo.
Which one? Can you ping again?
Um,
On nearest the middle.
this one.
Cool. Nice tokens, Dave.
Let's see. Are they displaying everything correctly or not?
I see tokens with faces and direction pointers. No names.
They've got no magic circles.
Yeah, they've got no...
hang on a second. Let me
Weapon
just reload
circumferences.
this because I thought... Yes, I had put them on there.
Maybe they're just not visible to us.
I don't know why the heck that is the case, because I've deliberately set them so that you could see them.
Mind Roll20's just
Kinzo's
done a big
circle's
update,
just
isn't it?
disappeared.
So
Kinzo's just
Kinzo's
lost us.
circle has just disappeared,
It
so
has
that means
indeed.
you could see the circle.
Hmm. Yeah, we don't see
So
any
you s-
circles for the baddies. We see them for us.
See,
Well,
us
no,
to
you
us,
see
not
them.
You don't see them for the baddies, correct?
No.
Because the fight's not started.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have
Well,
names, but...
you're expecting this to be a one-on-one or all-on-all, Kinzo?
Kyūryū's hoping for the latter. as he walks up.
This gentleman moves to the centre of the access to the docks,
Yes, people.
bows
People
politely
clear-
to
People clear
Kinzo.
space around him.
Yep, these guys back off. This guy moves to here, and these guys back off. And they are also ushering the various dock workers away, and the docks clear rapidly. They don't come back up this route, they just go left and right. You hear kind of bangs of doors shutting up and down the docks as the warehouses close as well.
Over to you, Kinzo.
Don't worry, Kinzo. I'm staying close behind you. If there's any tricks from any of them, I'm on it.
That's not.
Sorry, didn't get that, Tim.
Lost half of that.
Sorry, Kinzo, lost half that.
I just said that's fine by me.
And I make them all aware of it. Like my gaze is going from one of them's eyes to the next one's eyes, and I'm trying to make eye contact with all of them, let them know that I'm watching them.
Fair enough. Well, this gentleman asks Kinzo whether he's come for his lesson.
No, actually, are you a member of the Rabbit?
You're cutting off again, I'm afraid, Tim. I presume you
Yeah.
said, "Are you a member of the Rabbit Gang?"
Is that any better?
It's the same.
Well, we got everything you said then.
I didn't say, are you a member of the Rabbit Gang?
Right. At which he bows politely, slips his sleeve up to reveal his Irezumi, and states he has that honor.
In that case, that you're the man I want to see.
So, I repeat, you here for your lesson?
I don't know what lesson you're referring to, but I'm about to teach you one.
He looks over towards this gentleman, who nods and steps back, and he suggests you approach and be taught. Okie doke.
I'm moving to where I can see them all.
Right,
Yeah,
none of the others
can I
appear...
just
Yes,
can I
you
just
can
move
your-
up?
Yes, you can all move your tokens up. As far as you can see, there's no indication that the others are aiming to take a hand in this. They appear to be keeping the dock clear.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that guy, who appears to be waiting to see what happens.
Well, I can wait with me standing there and facing them then.
Okay, so let's just clear the tracker.
I'll stand there.
Okay, so at the present moment, all we need to do is add 2 turns for Kinzo and 2 turns for this guy. Oops, actually I need to give him a name first.
Percy.
No, his name is actually Yuki.
Duke Snow.
Well, that's his name.
His name means snow. Yuki.
Quite possibly. Let's say he's got slightly white hair. Okay, so let's add 2 turns for Yuki. Right.
Ladies
so-
and gentlemen, would you mind backing up a bit, please?
I'll wait until everybody else does before I do, like their guys, before I do. If they move, I'll move. I'm keeping a close eye on this guy.
No, I would like you to move back, please.
Because
Kyūryū.
you're gonna need room. Like, can I still? Right. Question about the map. Then, is this a wall or is this the wall?
That is a wall.
That is a wall. So in order to still see him, I need to be careful about this. Right?
It's a low wall. It's a 3-foot high wall.
Oh, okay. So I can stand there. Is that okay, Kinzo?
That is fine.
Jolly good. So Kinzo is on 10 and 5. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I shall prepare my Yuwara.
Okay, and let me just check what his weapon is. I've actually got that written down somewhere. Just need so many bits of. It used to be so many bits of paper.
Now it's tabs and folders.
Exactly.
Can I check something, as this is first combat for me? What are you using the auras for?
That is your engagement range.
I thought that might be the case, but wanted to check. Thank you.
Okay. And where are we?
Can we, who are not directly involved, can we like ready like our weapons like now?
Well,
If
mine
you
is already
wish,
Is that a sign of-
I mean,
Or is that more of a
I
sign of
imagine
aggression?
you are leaning on your Nagamaki because it's a bit awkward carrying it slung across your shoulders in narrow confines. So I assume you're leaning on it.
Okay, well I'm leaning as though I'm kind of relaxing, rather than kind of having it at the ready kind of aggressively.
Yeah. Asakura would just be having his hand on it, ready in case he needs to do an yai draw.
Okie doke. And let me put on his. Damn. Lost it. That was it. Yes. Put that on. And then I need to sort descending.
Ooh, he's got a big weapon.
Yep, he appears to be using a bow staff.
Ooh. Like like Donatello.
So he will withdraw to there, and then sorry, these guys moved back a little bit further.
I thought you were going to do that.
And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's -1 to strike Kinzo. So he is going to go attempt to strike Kinzo successfully. Takes 6 points of subdual damage, Kinzo. By the way, everybody apart from Kyūryū is armor class 2. Okay, you charging?
Yes.
Okay. First round of combat, you were engaged, but doesn't matter. You are basically both acting at the same time, so you're charging.
Get him.
Reaction before you can strike him. So he's half his skill, which is that, and then you're armor class 2, and he's -2. But you're
I'm armor class 3 though.
Of course, yes, you're a Budoka. Gets out the bit of paper. So AC 3, -2, and so that's -5, but you're +2 for charging. So that is also a hit, doing 2 points of subdual damage. Drat.
While this is happening, are we okay to move?
Yes, you can move if you wish. These gentlemen just appear to be crowd control. They're leaving the two gentlemen to teach each other.
I hit armor class 3.
Oh, nice.
You certainly do. So you do 6 points of damage. Just deduct that from there. Still there. Ka-ching! New round. He will step back one. And then strike at you again. Which is that's -1 at that range, so that is a hit. Doing 3 points of subdual damage. We're off to a good start here. Okay.
No, he's going to be.
Sorry, you dropped off again, I'm afraid.
I said he was going to beat me.
And you dropped off again.
I think he said he's going to beat him, basically.
I said he's going to beat me.
Possibly. We shall have to see.
Not a good start, anyway.
No, he's not. You hit AC 3 again.
Nice.
They take 8 points of damage.
Oh, nice,
Yes.
Kinzo. Get him.
Okie doke. And then you both get a second reaction. He's at -2, you're at -1. He misses.
Take 4 points of pain.
Oh, come on.
Still there. He steps back another one. He's going to run out of dock soon if he's not careful.
Ooh.
Oh, I do hope so.
That is not a critical.
Oh, roll low on this damage, Dave.
4. Subdue.
I'm at optimum range at the moment, aren't I?
You are at optimum range at the moment, yes.
In that case, I'll hit him at optimum range, then step forward.
Rats.
He's rolled a crit.
Oh dear, that's a critical.
Yes, Kinzo.
Roll your d10. What have I done with me critical table?
It's a d20 on the critical table, actually, isn't it?
Well, it's a d10 first, and then a d20 if you're lucky.
Oh. Big 2.
So, the d10 is a 2, which is just double normal damage. So you did 6, so that's 12.
Nice, 12 damage, nice.
And he collapses to the ground.
Kinzo. Right.
This gentleman straightens up, looking thunderous.
Which one?
This gentleman straightens up.
Aha, you're ready to go.
Strides across to this guy. Gives him a kick. Looks at Kinzo. Thank you for the lesson.
We have a message for you.
Raises an eyebrow.
Kosa, would you bring the message, please?
Kosa?
Kosa. Nick, you there?
Kosa!
Don't know, maybe Nick can't hear us.
Nick may not be at the keyboard at the moment.
Yeah.
He may have thought that it was such a given that Kinzo was going to defeat him. He's left the job to him.
Should we just say he brings the message down?
Okay, we'll assume.
Hang on.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
No, yeah.
Yes, we can now.
I always seem to have trouble when Tim disconnects. It seems to I seem to lose Tim's voice completely.
It's weird that.
It seems to play havoc with mine as well. Right. Okay. I'm going to walk up to these two dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Give the one who's on his feet the message. Step away.
Okay. He breaks the seal, opens the scroll, raises an eyebrow. Oh, very good. I shall study this, he says. Kosa, wit saving throw?
Okay.
Oh, and Kyūryū can get a wit saving throw as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Ooh, I only failed by a bit.
Oh, I failed by a good bit.
Yeah, you were looking in the opposite direction. You were making sure that these dice didn't creep up on
Fail.
you from behind.
Okay.
Kyūryū.
Yeah, I
Kosa.
only just missed it.
Okay,
just
it's all
missed it
right.
by one.
That's all right. That scroll isn't written in katakana or hiragana.
Ooh.
So it's written in kanji then.
Looks like it's written in kanji.
Okay, either way, I can't read it, so...
No, but it was an easy roll.
Yes. Oh, no, I can see it's something that I can't read, but I can't read it.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Yep.
I can recognise what it is.
Yep.
Okay, in that case...
Anyway, he rolls it up again and puts it in his pocket without any obvious reaction to it.
And I'll take a step back and tell Kyūryū and Kinzo to step back.
I trust you will have a pleasant journey back to wherever you came from,
Oh, I
the
think
elderly gentleman says. Soon. Claps his hands, and these guys kind of turn around and come towards him.
Well done, Kinzo.
Well done.
Well done, Kinzo.
Thank you very
Let's,
much. I thought he was going to
get
have
out
me
of here,
there.
guys. Before there's a big welcome party waiting for us.
Yeah, it didn't look good for a second for you there, pal, but you were good. You were good. I never doubted you for a second.
So,
A bit of a surprise to find us wielding the bow stuff, in actual fact.
you about to say something, Dave?
Yes. Kinzo, 3 Budo and 3 on.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow. Nice.
I shall bow politely to the elderly man.
Let's skedaddle, folks.
He will bow slightly less politely to you, but still a bow.
I'll give him a quick.
Yeah, well, as I can see Oyabun of the rabbit, I'm not going to take offence at it, and I'm going to... that could have gone a lot worse.
One of these guys runs down at a gesture, runs down and grabs a bucket of water to bring up and toss over Yuki.
Okay,
He's starting to come round as you are heading back out.
We're heading off at a brisk walk.
Message successfully delivered.
Yeah, and we didn't even have to fight everybody.
I wanted to fight everybody.
I know you do. You always do.
So close to level 2, man. Might just throw something at one of them.
I think Kinzo has made level 2 now, hasn't he?
Yeah, Kinzo is.
I would have thought so.
Oh no, Kosa already
Okay.
was. Yeah, Kosa already is.
Well, that 9 I've just rolled on my D10 is my hit points for level 2.
Nice.
Oh, you jammy dodger, you.
Very nice roll.
I need it.
Better than the 4 you rolled at level 1. And do you want
Yes,
to put your
that's
level
why I'm
change your level to 2, please.
way ahead of you.
Because then it'll add it into your hit points. You're slightly bruised and battered, but still in one piece.
Yep.
Have you have you put that up to 2? Jolly good. And yes, your hit points do go up. And all your BCSs go up as well. Good. The spreadsheet is working properly. Okay, so you head out from the docks. You hear angry voices raised behind you. And you proceed at a fair clip towards the gates to leave the town. Let's check and see whether you make it out safely. Are the guards in a good mood? They stop you and check you over. No obvious reason, but they appear to be looking for trouble. But you get out after an hour and head for the ferries again, I presume.
Yes.
Yep.
Jolly good. And yep, there is one at this side, so that'll be another 12 copper to cross.
Okay.
You successfully make it across the river. 1 second while I will move you back to the campaign map.
Hey.
Simple enough.
Yes, nice, straightforward message delivery, wasn't it?
Sure.
Easiest
I
three
don't know
Buddha.
about you. I don't know about you, good people, but I feel going back to Miyazaki might be a mistake.
Okie doke, so you have crossed the river. You are
Yep. We're going
back
going to
there.
push the pace a little bit. Push the pace a bit until we get past Ima Castle, I think.
Yeah,
Righty-ho.
be on the safe side.
You evil devil, you.
Who? Me?
No, Kosa.
Yes. Well, you've got bruises on your bruises, haven't you? How many subdual had you taken?
15.
He was rolling low.
Good job.
Okay. So you have, by the time you get across the river, it is actually after lunch, so you've got half a day's travel. To get to the other side of the bridge at Ima Castle is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Ri. So your normal movement with your two Bushi counterparts is 5 Ri. So you would normally be able to move. Where's Asakura's character sheet gone?
It's on the
Oh,
far
it's
left.
alright. Yeah, it was on
Far
the left. I'd missed it. My apologies. Asakura's BMA is 5 and Tomoe's BMA is 5. So effectively, they would be able to do 2.5 Ri, and you want to push them up by another 1.5 Ri. And poor old Kosa is not going to be getting any of his subdual damage back. In fact, he's going to take more subdual damage because you're pushing yourselves up to 8 Ri for the day.
Okay.
So,
I guess mechanically, like how you describe that is, or how you roleplay that is, it's him walking on bruised muscles and then damaging them further, isn't
well,
it?
Kosa takes a further 2 subdual damage during the
Not
day.
Kosa.
Sorry, Kinzo. My apologies, Kinzo.
Yes. Yeah, basically, some of you are having to jog to keep up with the rest
No,
of us.
no. I'm quite happy to let Kosa have those 2 points of damage.
That 2 damage is like sprains and aches, really, isn't it? Sprains and muscle
Yes.
pulls and
And
things.
Tomoe takes 4 subdual damage, and sorry, my apologies, another 1. 8 subdual damage,
Oh, David.
and Asakura takes. Is it Asakura? Who's the other Bushi? No, it's Yanagi, isn't it? It is Asakura.
Asakura Yanagi is a Budoka.
Yep, he's a bit
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So in that case, 10 points of subdual damage for Asakura. You are being kind of pushed hard. You're not used to running at this rate.
I don't want to say anything, Dave, but I think Yanagi takes subdual damage too.
Yeah, Yanagi should be. I'm only BMA 5.
Oh dear. Rightio.
As I said, Kosa's just an evil bastard. Really?
7 subdual damage for Yanagi. And you make it all the way to Ima Castle. And... oh dear.
What do you
The
mean?
guards are in a foul mood. They stop you.
Okay.
They check their papers. They search your packs. Can I have a deafness saving throw from Tomoe, please?
Yes, is that a D20?
Roll a d20, and you need to roll your base saving throw in deafness, which is 9 or less.
I rolled a 14, I think.
Okay. You are stopped. You are carrying illegal weapons. They found your tanto.
Oh.
Actually, sorry, no. My apologies. I need to check and see. Yes,
It's
they have found your
concealed.
tanto. Yes, I know it's concealed. But they didn't. They were deliberately searching for concealed weaponry, and you failed your deafness saving throw to move it from one spot to another, and they made their roll to actually find it. So,
Okay.
the lot of you are are hoiked up and dragged off down and shoved into a store hut just on the other side of
Sorry, guys.
Hayo village, and told to stay there. They're going to go and talk to their lieutenant. One of them stands outside on guard.
The advantage of this is if any of the rabbit gang decide they want to pursue us up the road and take us out in the open, they're not going to find us here.
Yes.
Look at the silver lining.
The tanto that they've taken is actually my father's who gave it to me. So I'm pretty upset about it being.
They have
removed.
not
Pretty attached to it,
confiscated
yes.
it yet. They have found it. They've left it with you, but they need the authority of their commander to confiscate it, and he's not
Okay.
there at the moment. So you'll wait there till he comes back.
Okay.
Okie doke. Right. I'm afraid you have to settle down for the night there.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
That's all right.
Sleep off this forced march.
Yeah, well, certain of you definitely need that. Anybody wish to apply physician skills or massage skills to try and help this subdual
I have
damage?
some.
I can do massage.
I can do massage as well.
Am I?
Not.
Can I ask a question about meditation? Am I allowed to meditate?
You can meditate, but if you don't have the meditation skill, you won't get anything from it.
Okay.
You'll have to make a BCS roll, and your current BCS score is 0.
Okay. Never mind.
So who would like a
Thank you.
who would like a massage from good old Kyūryū then?
Lianne, Tomoe can still meditate even if you don't get any
Oh, yes.
in-game benefit from.
Yeah,
Of
you can
course.
do it for
That's-
flavour and no mechanical benefit.
Well, I'm just thinking of what to do with the time as well, so that may provide some sort of benefit
Push-ups. That's what
whilst
we
we're
do.
waiting around.
We do push-ups.
Yeah. Well, I've got I've got poetry and I've got Go as playing the game Go.
Yeah.
My poetry is really bad, so I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to win on
Our
my
understanding
cards.
of it is probably equally as bad.
Well, sit down and I'll give you a shoulder rub and try and rub out some of those
Okay.
bruises and knots in your muscles for you. I'll try that. I'm
Okay,
not the
thank
best
you.
massage artist, but I'll try.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I missed
I'll
by
go for
4. I need a 6.
Right. So, after an hour, you've all got 6 points better. Is Kosa going to attempt massage?
If anybody wants to volunteer to be done,
You can try. Hang on a second. Who were you trying to massage?
I was doing it on Tomoe.
All right.
Yes,
Unfortunately, Tomoe only gains
I failed.
5.
Oh, does she get 1 less gain because of the failed roll on my massage? Oh, nightmare. I'm not
Yeah,
trying.
don't think
My apologies. My apologies. You're basing it for 10 minutes. So effectively, you will get all your subdual damage back after after that hour. You're all better. It's just that
Okay.
having failed your massage roll, you halve her healing rate. Otherwise, you would add your effect number to her healing rate. Okay. So effectively, after an hour, you're all better. You settle down for the night. And Dice.
Quite an evil laugh. That's quite an evil laugh.
Oh yeah. Somebody was trying to do something and failed remarkably well.
Oh.
Okay. I presume you're setting watchers through the night.
Yes, we'll have
Absolutely.
some people awake.
Okay, fine. I will just roll a dice randomly to see who it is. 1 to 6.
You might as
Counting
well.
counting from the left to right on roll 20.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm 1.
So I rolled a 5. So Yanagi, well, in actual fact, Yanagi is awake, and you hear a clatter outside.
Okay. I need to wake them up and mess with their sleep if there's nothing happening. And there's nothing happening
Fair
yet.
enough. Okay.
If the door opens, or if the screen slides back, then fair enough, we might shout.
No.
But otherwise,
Fair enough. And then you get to make a wit saving throw.
oh well, we'll give it a go.
Nope.
Nope.
And then the watch changes, and Tomoe comes onto watch.
Okay, so
Everything is
I'm
peaceful. There's no noise outside.
listening out, but I'm also practicing my bad poetry whilst I'm on my watch. And I'm
Okay.
specifically trying to do haiku, and it's just really bad. I won't share it.
Okay.
Does it come out more like a limerick?
Yes.
I don't think you have much inspiration in there.
There was a
No.
young man from Nobeoka.
Okay, if anybody has a health of 8 or less, they would be woken up. As it is, you're all sleeping peacefully as she's muttering to herself. Okay, it's coming on towards dawn when there is a knock on the door.
Okay, so I go to the door to answer it and ask who it
Yep.
is.
Are we locked up? Are we actually in a cell?
Not as I'm aware of.
No, I didn't.
I
Think so.
think it was more like if we were in a room.
You've been put in a warehouse.
military building.
Aye,
Yeah,
is the door locked? We are locked up. We have been arrested.
No, the
No,
door's not
oh,
locked.
okay.
They just posted a guard outside.
Okay. It still feels like we're kind of being arrested, boys. A little bit.
I mean, we did carry an illegal weapon through, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, but we'll come to that.
Yeah, we is an interesting word you used there.
Okay, but last time I had my bow confiscated, okay, so.
You did, yeah. So we've got previous here. Was this the same place, wasn't it?
No, it is a different place.
Oh, right, it was a different place.
Don't worry, we'll I'll get us out of this. Just don't cause any trouble with the guards.
Okay, you opening the door?
I'm asking who's there. So I guess if I move towards the door.
Are all of us awake at this point then?
Yuki.
It's Yuki.
Oh.
So has he answered me? So I've asked. So who's there?
Yuki. I have a message for your party.
Are any of the
At
rest
this
of us awake
point-
at this point, Dave?
Just let him in so we can go back to.
At this point, Tomoe is giving Asakura a bit of a kick Try and wake him up. Just not too hard to do any damage, but just kind of that's her alert, so close enough, and Kinzo as well.
So
And then
John's like,
I'm going to answer. I'm sorry, I don't know any Yuki.
Hey.
seeing the concern, he takes out his Wakasashi ready.
Yeah. So I'm kind of alerting the guys, but I'm trying to stall basically.
Well, we can wait all morning. Not a problem.
I'll get up and go and open the.
So I'll step back and let you go.
Actually, do we have our wooden weapons on us since we were put in
Yes.
here?
Yes.
Okay.
They didn't confiscate anything from you.
Okay.
Did they confiscate her Tanto though?
No.
No, she still got it, right. Okay.
I shall open the door and then bow to Yuki, assuming.
Okie doke. Fair enough. And when you open the door, you see one or two other gentlemen out there.
This is nice.
Here we go.
I was asked to deliver to give you a message to deliver to your friends in Nobeoka.
I see, and
I'm sorry, you stopped. You dropped out again, Tim.
be ready to drop out.
I'm sorry, you dropped out again. Discord is not behaving itself with you.
No, I've noticed that. Let us have the message then, please, Yuki.
If you would care to step outside, I will deliver it.
Okay, in that case, I shall tie my winter garb up properly, get my Yuwara in my hands, and step out.
Fair enough.
Am I
Yeah,
weak
we'll
yet?
go with you.
But the rest of us, are we all coming out as well?
I shall
I am,
move
at
so you can
least.
get out if necessary.
Yeah, if I'm awake by this point, I'm putting on the armor, like.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much all awake at this point.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, if they're talking back and forth right in the room.
Yes. He does not look happy, shall we say. Do you wish your friends to be involved in delivering this message, or do you just wish to be the sole recipient? He asks.
I would like all my friends to come out and watch, and possibly take on your men if that's what you want.
Watch. You know what's gonna happen.
What?
Fair enough. In that case, they will back off and form a ring around the front of the building.
Oh yes.
Before you start anything, I shall point out that the local Ashigaru are likely to be along here shortly with their commanding officer.
Really? That's not what we were led to believe.
Well, it's what we were led to believe. But anyway,
Wait now. This gang has bribed the local Ashigaru, and that's how we're locked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did I think
that's
a
really-
think? Did I do a think?
that is really reprehensible, isn't it? That's a very serious charge in actual fact. Yuki, how do you respond to this scurrilous charge upon your honour?
1 second. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. And then another voice joins the conversation. Yes, Yuki. How do you respond to this scurrilous accusation? As you know, the other 2 buildings.
Yes.
And you remember your friend Ichidu?
Oh no, you're joking. Oh, Dave, did you just get bored of playing this game and decide it's time to kill us all off, yeah?
Oh, no. You remember your friend Ichidu who asked for the message to be delivered?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's in the other group.
He and his men have just come out of the other 2 buildings.
Oh,
They're our friends.
this is our friends.
I was starting to think, guys, that I'd chosen the wrong group.
Oh no, no.
No. Basically, they've used you to set up a confrontation, which is what you thought was going to happen, but it just happened a little bit more quickly than you expected. So these guys had set themselves up in a ring. Oh, did I put Yuki on the wrong flaming layer again? Yes, I did. No wonder I couldn't move him. Move him to the token layer, not the map layer. Right.
Well, Dave, you can actually tell that because if he's on the wrong layer, he'll be greyed out.
Yep. Okay, well, so basically we have 2 lots of Yakuza who are about to have a big Barney. You can join in if you wish.
Oh, yes, please.
Of course we are.
That's a spirit, Doc.
Okay.
I mean, he did just threaten us all, so.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, no, he asked whether the rest of your group wished to be involved in delivering the message. Or
Yeah, I feel like that's a. Do you wish to give me all your money or get stabbed?
Yeah.
That's the kind of question.
Basically.
Well, it's possible that's what he meant. So let's just position this little lot. Okay. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure there's much point in playing this out, so I'm tempted to run this as a battle. What do you reckon, Kinzo? Would this do well as a battle?
Is it different rules for battles, is it?
Yes, it would.
Okay. So, the battle rules in Bushido allow you to. It can be quite bloody, but we'll see how it goes. Effectively, what happens is we have turns of battle, and then in each turn you decide how you're going to behave, and at the end of the turn we sort out what happens to you. And you may do well, you may do badly. It all depends. So, let me just find my battle rules. Because to be honest, if we played this out, I think we'd probably be here for several weeks.
At the moment, Dave, I'm going to suggest that Yanagi and Kosa are actually in the support troops, are actually involved in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
But they can get involved if they choose to, but they're far enough back at the moment not to be involved, I don't think.
Yeah.
This assumes, of course, that Nick and Dave D are actually happy with that.
Depends if they wish to be in the support troops or wish to be in the front line. You have a choice. What do you wish to do?
I feel like. Yeah. Go ahead, Nick.
Okey-doke. Well, what? Sorry. Do you wish to be in the support troops or not?
No, I'm happy to be involved.
Okey-doke.
What about Nick?
Nick, what do you want to do?
I'll get involved.
Okey-doke. So, let's as far as battle is concerned, we have effectively each turn you're going to decide whether you wish to fight in a courageous, dutiful, or cautious manner. Okay? This is less, this is really how brave are you going to be seeking out trouble, or are you going to be minimizing your risk? The higher the risk that you take, the greater the chance of doing well, but also the greater chance of you suffering problems from it. Okay.
Are they using lethal weapons, first of all?
Some of them, yes. Yoki is using a lethal weapon, yes.
Right. Essentially, dutiful is how you are expected to act.
Yep.
If you're courageous, you're acting in a slightly ration manner, and if you're being cautious, well, I suggest you don't.
Okay, so for the first round of battle, Kyūryū, how do you wish to be?
Just the regular, the middling.
Okay.
Dutiful, whatever you call it.
Kosa.
I'm being dutiful first round.
Kinzo.
Dutiful.
Asakura.
Dutiful.
Yanagi.
Dutiful.
And Tomoe.
I'll be dutiful as well, please.
Ah, right, quite straightforward. Okay.
Right.
So,
Okay. What Dave's now going to do is he's going to roll a d6 for either side and apply modifiers, and the higher total is winning that round.
10. So effectively, we've got 26 on one side.
And 13 on
versus 13 on the other. So we've got 2-to-1 odds.
26?
Oh, yes. There's 10 Yakuza from Nobeoka to the north, 10 to the south, and you 6.
Oh, I didn't see the ones on the south. Oh my god. Jeez. I thought it was the 10 at the top chest.
That's a critical fumble on your Senjo Jutsu, that is.
Okay, so for the Nobeoka side, we roll a 6, and for the both sides roll a 6. So that is
We're actually on a 7, I think, Dave.
true, because you're so 2-to-1 gives you +1, so that's 7 versus 6. And I'm also going to give you another +1 because this is definitely a surprise and outmaneuvered situation. So you are 8 versus 6. So an 8 versus 6, I believe, means that you are.
We're on the winning table.
You're on the winning table. Correct.
Winning column.
So therefore.
Colin. It might also be that Dave. It might also be that the fight's over.
Yes, it may well be the fight's over. So 2d6 from each of you, please, to see how you do on the column.
Seven.
6.
7.
8.
So we've got Kyūryū gets a 6. Kosa gets a 7. So I'm just going down in order. And then Kinzo gets a 7. Asakura gets a 7. An awful lot of average numbers here. Yanagi gets a 5.
It is the average.
And Tomoe gets an 8. Jolly good. So
it's what
looking
we
at
want.
it is. So looking at that on the winning table. So Kyūryū, could you roll a d3, please?
Sure can. What's the
Or roll a
command for?
d6
Oh,
hard.
there it came
Okay,
up eventually.
that's
2.
2. Okay, in a normal battle, that would equate to 2 heads. So if you just make a note of that. And then we had Kinzo, Kosa, and Asakura. Each roll a d6. And that's the number of heads you get. And then roll a second d6, and that's how many lethal damage you take in the battle.
Yeah, all of us, yeah.
Yes. No. Kinzo, Kosa, and Asakura.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okie doke. And Tomoe, roll a d3.
I'm using the roller on.
In that case, roll a d6
roll
and we'll just halve it.
Okay.
You can type in the
So
command
that's a 2.
/ roll space 1d3.
So that's 2 heads. And then finally... oh, sorry, my apologies. That was wrong. That should have been a d6, so that's actually 3 heads you got. And then finally, Yanagi, roll a d3.
Nice.
3.
Okie doke.
3 heads.
That's 3 heads. So I think you have effectively helped in their defeat. And you are on the winning side. Commander.
We get 1 million Budo.
Right, you don't actually get any Budo for that,
Oh.
as far as heads are concerned, but I think it's... Is it 1 on per head, I believe? Is that right? Sorry, let's get this right. Okay, so your participation factor is the number of turns courageous minus the number of turns cautious, which is 0. So your participation factors are 0. Okay.
If you spoke to me in the last 30 seconds, Dave, I had my headphones
Nope,
off.
nope, my apologies. Okay, so effectively you will get 1 point of on per head you took. And given that you were acting for the for Ichido in this, he will also award you a bonus of 3 silver each for the battle.
I'm gonna add that to my sheet now. That was 2 on and 3 silver.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Would I find on the character sheet? Oh no, never mind. Got it.
Halfway down at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's on
Oh.
on from actions.
Yeah, I need to change that back. It's on from actions, isn't it?
Correct.
How much silver did you say it was?
3 silver each.
Okay, just in general.
And Bushido will thank you for your assistance. You may not wish to be involved in the final act of this drama.
And maybe
Or
he's
you
going to
may.
pay us for it. Oh, but what
No. He happens to have acquired various of the. You remember some bandits were stealing stuff?
Yes.
which time? I mean, what?
Oh, there's been various times. So he's acquired various paperwork and some goods which are going to be left with the bodies, and he's going to have this reported to the local guards as a bandit attack.
Ah, of course.
Fair enough.
Yep.
He can ask one of his men to take you across the river by the other route, if you're interested.
Yes, please.
Okay. He will deputize one of his men to escort you pre-dawn, and he will take you to a concealed ford downstream of the castle and the bridge.
Can I
Take
ask,
careful.
is in the, where you have your kind of standing with something, does our standing increase with this group that we've helped? Ichido.
It may well be when you get back to Nobeoka that you find you have acquired some status with the rat gang.
The rat gang, okay. Thank you.
But you'll have to wait till you get back to Nobeoka.
Yeah. Well, take careful note of where this ford is.
Oh yes, I thought you might. It does look as though it's used for smuggling and such like.
Yes.
The access down into the river is disguised by bushes, etc. The footing across is much firmer than you would expect. Possibly due to flagstones in the riverbed, maybe.
Oh, yes, accidentally dropped in the river. Yes.
Yes. Yes. When the river's high, obviously it can't be used. But
it's
at the
a
moment,
bit dodgy
it's
then.
not
But
too bad.
yes.
So you are escorted across the river, and you make it across the far side just before dawn.
Go back on that map. Just as I was saying, psychic.
So that's the river next to Ima Castle, isn't it? Yep.
Yes. So you've crossed just downstream of Ima Castle. Okay.
Yep.
And it is dawn the next day, which is
14th Shimotsuki.
14 Shimotsuki. Clear skies. All that activity this morning. It was a bit cold, sub-zero temperatures last night, but hey, you've warmed up. You're a bit wet from crossing the river, so but a good brisk stroll will speed things up and stop you getting frostbite or anything like that. Okay. So would I be right in thinking you're heading up the Saikaido?
Yes, we're heading in the direction of home. Yes.
Okie doke.
Well, Nobeoka.
Fair enough. Some of you have got wounds. Does anybody wish to treat those wounds before?
Yeah, I mean, if you have an opportunity to do so, probably should.
I'll treat anybody that needs treating.
Okie doke. Who was it suffered the wound? There were 3 of you, weren't there?
Yeah, I got hit for 5, and I think some other people got hit as well.
Yep.
Got a couple of
Kinzo
points.
and Kosa. Yes.
Yep.
Couple of hit points, that's all. Oh yeah, fine. Typical Budoka. Iron Man.
Used to getting hit, so it's been hit that many times. I'm getting into it now.
And 5 was the difference between my previous character living and dying, so.
Fair enough. So
So
nobody's
who wants
interested in getting
treatment?
treated, is that right?
Of course we are.
Okay, physician, attempt to heal them.
Do thy stuff.
Let's have a roll then.
Do me first then.
There you go.
Oh dear.
Bloody physicians.
That must be a return for that forced march. My hands clearly have not recovered fully.
Oh dear.
Yes,
Take another
won't be
point of
using yours.
damage, Kosa.
Yeah, won't be using your services again.
I think your arm's supposed to be around here, isn't it? No, apparently not. I think your arm's supposed to be around here, isn't it? Up round the back of your no. Oh no, no, that's not the right
You
place.
actually know what you're doing.
Yes, you said
Oh,
you were
then
injured in your right.
good.
Yes, my left arm, not my right arm.
Oh,
Yes, that's my foot.
yeah, bends that way, right? Okay.
Dave,
Yeah,
should I have rolled a damage dice?
Yes. Sorry, it was a D6 for heads and a D6 for a wound.
Yes.
Does that make a difference to my on score?
Yeah, it was 1 on per head.
You got 1 on per head. I didn't give you anything for the wounds.
No. Okay, that's fair enough. In which case, I need healing as well.
Okay.
That's fine. Come on, 1. There you go. That makes it by 6.
So, physician. Okay, so you're doing an initial healing and so the bandage is 1 point, successful BCS roll heals points. Are you using a unit from medical kits as well or not?
No, it's not that serious.
Okay, fine. So that's 2 points where he's made a successful roll.
Thanks, Doc.
You're welcome.
And knock off 3 bandages. Apart from poor old Kosa who lost a point.
3? I've only done 2.
No. You used a bandage on Kosa, you just stuck it on the wrong arm.
Yeah, that's 1. And then Kinzo, that's 2.
Ah, are you not doing
Yanagi as well, I think.
Yanagi?
Oh, well, that's me.
Sorry. My apologies. It's
Oh, Asakura.
Asakura, my apologies.
Yes, I asked.
Kinzo and
That's
Asakura
what I
all
mean.
suffered damage.
Okay, yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
it.
I think as Asakura, I just wouldn't want to do it. I was about to say because watching what happened to our previous one, right?
Oh, well, there we
Alright,
go.
fine. Okay, watching you administer Kosa has put him off the idea.
Good, good. I'm probably like, they'll only come to me when it's serious enough.
So just
Yeah.
2 bandages then.
After you're hearing me screaming, you think about twice about it.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ride to reach Ohio Castle. And how are the guards there? You get held up for an hour at Ohio Castle, but nothing too serious. 10, 11 and 12. You make it to Hanamishisu.
Hey.
Are you going to stop for the night there?
Yeah, go see your parents, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second, because wasn't Tomoe trying to stay away from Hanamishisu? Isn't that where she's from and she's trying to stay away from?
Well, she was concerned about her stepfather grabbing her, but if she stays with you lot, then she should be quite safe.
I bet we go
Yeah,
get her
I mean,
stepfather.
I'm kind of want everyone to kind of be on watch, basically. So I haven't really had any interaction with them recently, but it
But
doesn't mean
it's-
that it's safe.
You can stay at my parents' house with me.
What about if we
well-
what if we delivered a little message to your stepfather? I'm thinking about how he can't carry on like that anymore, and you're under the protection of your new friends, And maybe we should go and leave a little impression on your stepfather.
I'd be very happy to do that because but the warning is that he may have Yakuza connections. So
We have Yakuza
that's the only thing
connections.
is.
And you just watch the rats hammer the
in
rabbits.
with the rat gang.
Yeah, we're the rat gang now. We just hammered the rabbits. I'm just saying, if you want us to, I'm willing, but it's your call.
I think at first let's just kind of rest and make sure that everyone's doing okay. But I would certainly, if we are passing in the area, if we see anything, and are feeling up to it, we might have to call in. I also have written a bad haiku that I could repeat to the group.
Oh yes,
from our battle.
Oh yeah.
Like whilst you're getting bandaged. Are you ready, guys?
Oh yeah.
So, are you ready?
Roll a d20. Roll a d20.
Oh, okay.
You are
how bad it is.
You're attempting your poetry skill. Okay, I believe that's minus 15 effect numbers.
Let's hear it then.
Or minus 14 effect numbers, actually.
So, blood on Ema's stones, ringing of furious swords, a frozen night battle. There we go, guys.
I was going to say very nice.
I don't even know if that's the right syllables.
But you rolled a 15, so maybe not.
You just have to roll your eyes. There she goes.
I think that was all right for a draft version.
Kyūryū standing counting his fingers to see if the syllables are right.
Yeah.
Just
keep trying.
It's the best thing I've ever heard, but I haven't heard any other.
Needs more work. Needs more work.
Kyūryū.
Keep practicing, yes.
Uncle takes you to one side and mentions that, villagers beating up other villagers for no reason will draw the hetman's ire.
I wasn't talking about doing it in front of witnesses. Come on now, you know me better than that, Uncle.
Villagers beating up other villagers for no reason will draw the ire of the hetman.
First of all, I've got reason. Second of all, I wasn't planning on doing it.
What is your reason?
Because he's an asshole.
Villagers beating up other villagers for no reason will draw the ire of the hetman.
Okay, just saying, if she wants me to, I will.
Well,
only
if she has a legal argument, she can take it to the hetman herself.
I would say for the moment, let's just keep our eyes out because if anybody tries to grab me or if they are trying to kind of pull me away from the group, then absolutely I think we should engage in battle because I have declared independence and I am not owned by him. I am of age,
he has no right to.
I think we'd have the right to kind of fight back.
Well, she's declared independence. That means that he has no right to dictate what she does. If he tries it, then she has legal rights against him.
So we can defend her against him, but
exactly.
Yeah, yes. Going after him might be a different thing.
But
I would
she has no proof that he's trying to marry her off to his son. She just pretty much sure of it.
Yes, and also my mother is still married to him, and at some point, kind of one of my goals is to try to find a way to rescue her. But at the moment, it's just not safe for her to leave. So that's kind of something that's on my mind quite a lot at the moment. But I have no idea how to best go about
your sister. She's a long way away. She doesn't know the situation, eh?
No, and we have been exchanging letters, but my stepfather was reading them.
Oh.
So I didn't want to put too much into the letters, and any money that she sent, he took, and I had no way to kind of retrieve that from him. So at the moment, because of his kind of various ties, and with him being an artisan of well renown, his kind of reputation at the moment seems kind of good. But I know the truth, but I don't have any way to prove it unless obviously he actually attacks us or my stepbrother.
Yeah, so he has social standing as well as having the underground connections.
Yes, because of so he's known for selling textiles, but it's actually my mother that makes Anna used to be me as well.
Yeah,
We
so
were
she's-
making the kimonos and
She's the
hakama.
talented artisan. He's just taking advantage of her and making money from her talent.
Yes, absolutely. And he spotted her first at the school of the flashing blades, and her talent. She was kind of making all the hakama for the students and the teachers, and he sort of saw the quality of her work. And I do have suspicions that perhaps my stepfather may have been the one who kind of ordered the attack on my father and my brothers, but I don't have any proof. But essentially, he sort of has enslaved us, and whilst I'm free now, I am very worried for my mother, and obviously feeling quite anxious at the moment.
He sounds like a real evil man.
Okay.
Did you write all this backstory yourself, Lianne, or did Dave input into this?
Yeah.
Because it's
No,
fantastic.
I did it. Thank you. Well, I've watched a lot of. Sorry, obviously, aside from the game, but I've watched a lot of a lot of movies, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sent it over to Dave today to just check to make sure it would fit in with everything.
It's absolutely
And,
fabulous, if you ask me. Like,
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course,
Thank you very much.
you do have to take into account that she may be a slightly overwrought teenager and reading things into the subject, the situation
Yeah,
which aren't actually there. Her stepfather would obviously say.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
don't have- I
we
don't
will
have any
not.
proof.
Okay, Tomoe, we will not take any action without your go ahead.
yeah, just say the word.
I would say we just need to keep our eyes open, basically. If I see my stepbrother, I will obviously alert everyone. But at the moment, I don't really have any kind of standing to be able to take them on because there's no proof, essentially, of what's been going on.
But
I
just say
think
the
it could be a
word.
good idea to
You have our
try to get
protection.
some. Yeah, those you need to get our protection for now, but then eventually maybe get some renown with some local, maybe not local, but otherwise people in the nearby area that
and
might
as
be
we bring
even
up-
bigger than him. So.
And as we bring up our own social standing as a group as well, we've got more chance of going against them through the government channels, correct channels as well.
Yes, and also if we see, the other thing is that he has dealings with the Yakuza, so
Which gang? Do you know which gang?
I suspect. I don't know, so that's just something that again I kind of have
Here's the
seen
thing,
from
if
afar.
if it's Hanamishisu, no, not Hanamishi. I was going to say because Nobeoka is the rat gang, isn't it? Not Hanamishisu. So if there is Yakuza down here, are they gonna be Nobeoka Yakuza because it's fairly close, or are they gonna be another gang? You don't happen to know anything about the Irazume that your stepfather is people that he knows, his business associates. You've not noticed any particular animals in their Irazume, have you?
I saw the resume, but I didn't see because it was from afar. So,
Yeah.
but I definitely recognised people coming to the estate and them taking away the goods, the kind of textiles that my mother and I had made, and exchanging for money. So it may be that if we
Uncle is shocked to hear this. He wasn't aware of that. Tell him more.
well,
Because this is Yakuza and Nobeoka, he's going to want to hear about this, isn't sorry, Hanamishisu.
I'm going to ask Uncle if he knows which gang does actually run the illegal trade
In Hanamishisu.
in Hanamichi.
Yeah, I want to know this. This is vital.
Well, there isn't any illegal trade in Hanami.
Okay, who runs the train then?
Don't have me on.
Uncle, come on now. How long have we been working for you? We know all about everything about you, man. Come on, just be honest with us. We're honest with you about stuff. You're privy to information that you shouldn't be because of us. We know what you're up to. Don't play that card with us. What animal is the local gang here?
There isn't a gang in Hanamishisu.
Right.
Okay, which gang controls the territory?
Well, I would imagine it probably falls
Under the Nobeoka.
Rat Gang, certainly.
Right, I would have thought so.
But I'd have heard if they were, they keep their distance because nobody wants to upset Lord Kanawa.
The thing is, Tomoe, if your father has Yakuza connections, it's quite possible that it has the same Yakuza connections as us.
Well, the only thing that I can think for us to do would be to potentially stake out where the home is, see if we could see any of these transactions. So that would be my suggestion for myself. I was not able to get close enough to see, but I did feel as though they were Yakuza because I saw Irezumi. But that would be my suggestion. I haven't been able to kind of fully establish what's happening, but I do know that the kimono that my mother and I were making were of a very kind of high quality, and is not being sold by merchants in Hanami Shasu.
So, well, no, this is what's shocked Uncle.
Yes.
As far as he was aware, you and your mother were just, your mother was housebound, and she wasn't actually producing anything.
Yes, that's what's been happening.
Where did you say you were from originally?
So we were originally from Miyazaki, up in the mountains by Miyazaki, the school of the flashing blades. So I grew up there, and my mother made the hakama and the gi and so on for the students and the teachers, and she
and that's where your stepfather comes from.
No, my stepfather was looking to trade with the school and saw the wares that my mother was creating,
yes,
and realised they were very high
he's
quality.
from Southern Hyuga as well.
Yes,
Southern
he's
Hyuga. Yes, well, Southern Hyuga is the territory of the Rabbit Gang.
Yeah.
So his connections are from there.
So it's if the
Probably.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to hear.
He's disturbed that nobody has actually reported gang activity in Hanamishisu.
Because that's close. Especially if it's those guys from down there, that's they're close to Nobeoka. They're close to the rat gang. That's.
Let us remember that this trade might actually be perfectly legal.
I mean, if they're doing it in the night and nobody knows about it, then probably not.
Perfectly legal says that is not strictly true. Uncle interjects, as he has the writ to buy and sell the goods of the village from Lord Kanawa.
Then perhaps, Uncle, you should talk to Lord Kanawa's steward about this sort of thing.
I believe I will. If you wouldn't mind staying the day, then tomorrow I shall ask Tomoe to escort me to speak to the headman.
Yes, I'll be happy to. Also, perhaps if we were to kind of uncover what's happening here, this may improve our standing with Lord Kanawa and the people of this area. So I think we should look into this.
I'm sure Lord Kanawa would be most disturbed to find there was any Yakuza activity in his village. That's all Labuke would be.
Tomoe, did your mother actually put mon on these garments or not?
Not that I saw. So my textile skill is not as good as hers. So I helped with certain elements of creating the kimono, but she mainly worked on them, which is why my stepfather allowed me to become, well, hasn't yet fully dragged me back to work. And I've been able to get away with working in the garrison because my contribution wasn't that great compared to my mother's. So I can't say for certain.
Well, he couldn't stop you working for the garrison because Lord Kanawa's writ. All children on reaching adulthood spend a year working for the garrison.
Yes, yeah.
So you managed to escape for that. Your stepfather hadn't realised that when he settled in the village.
Yes. Yeah. So we. Sorry, go ahead.
Go on, no, you.
I was just going to say that we've. So I've spent 2 years essentially working in these kind of almost slave-like conditions until I was old enough to leave, and I wanted my mother to come with me, but she just did not feel it would be safe for her. There's no place for her to kind of be sheltered from my stepfather, so and she's had to remain.
Because he's in the Yakuza or has connections, yeah, they're always going to find her, eh? You can't hide from them all.
Exactly. So she just felt that no matter where we went, we would be attacked, and she thought. So I asked her permission to become independent, and she agreed. So that's why I managed to leave the home. But my mother's still having to create these textiles of kimono for my stepfather, who's then selling them to somebody.
I've never had a more righteous cause in this game than dealing with a abusive stepfather. Like,
Well, she
Anyway,
can't show you
I'm
any
going to
injuries.
I'm going to suggest that we get some sleep, and then we'll accompany Uncle and Tomoe to the headman tomorrow.
That sounds great, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very good. Okie doke. So, you settle down in the inn for the night. And that
and
will
Hanamishi, we're not staying at our family's houses.
I'm afraid that the varnish has worn off your family welcome again, so you're back to staying in the inn.
Oh,
No, it's
Jesus.
better if we stay in the inn because we're all together then.
That's a good point.
Yep, and you don't have to put up with your dad. Sorry, I mentioned his name again, didn't I? Slap.
Seems kind of rough for my family, though. You know,
It's Kinzo.
One of their kids dies, and then they don't let the other one live there anymore.
It's Kinzo that hates his dad, isn't it?
Hate is not a strong enough term.
Okay, so the day of dawns. You're reluctant to go outside. There's frost on the frost again. But thankfully, it's still clear skies, so there's no signs of snow. But,
It'd be warmer with.
it would be warmer with snow, yes. Actually, no, it probably wouldn't, because it heats up during the day, but at night the temperature drops precipitously. Okay, Uncle will dress in his good clothing and ask Tomoe to accompany him to go and see the hetman. Do the rest of you wish to come?
We'll accompany them, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
In that case, he will seek an audience with the headman and explain that he believes that one of the villagers is in breach of his license from Lord Kanawa to carry out the trade for the village. And explains that Tomoe is the witness that her stepfather has been selling goods made by her mother out with the permit that Uncle has in place. Tomoe is questioned by the headman. Let's get this right. So, Uncle is going to make an influence roll. Tomoe, would you mind rolling a d20? Want low.
A D which one? Sorry, I just
A d20. A 20-sided dice.
D20.
A d20. Oh, beautiful. You come across as very believable. You can give chapter and verse on what has been sold. You can even give some dates for some of the older stuff before you went to work at the garrison, and that helps his case as well. So, and the headman agrees that there seems to be a prima facie case, and that you should all should go to talk to the Lord Kanawa's steward. So you venture over to the.
Can we get some kind of blessing from it first, like a letter or something?
Oh no, he's going with you.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the village has sorted out its affairs, and it appears that one of the villagers is not behaving as he should, and therefore the headman is going along with Uncle to explain the matter and ask for Lord Kanawa to do something about it. So, you venture along, and the headman and uncle will work together. Oh, beautiful little job. Uncle produces his documents and does a masterful job of explaining the benefits that he brings to the village and Lord Kanawa by seeking valuable markets for him, etc. And the steward is completely knocked sideways. This mention of Yakuza, etc., potentially stealing goods from the village, and Lord Kanawa not getting his cut. He sends the Ashigaru to go and summon this this artisan to the compound immediately. And he then sends a message to Lord Kanawa. And young samurai appears. He is brought up to date by the steward as to the information that he's received. And agrees to listen to both sides. Okay. Your stepfather is brought in, protesting his innocence, demanding to know why he's being summoned, etc., and sees everybody arrayed there and looks rather shocked, shall we say, Tomoe. And a discussion is had with the headman and you and uncle on one side. So, can I have a d20 roll from you, please? This is to see if you can assist. Okay, not particularly well. Uncle succeeds in assisting.
Stepfather's name is Tanaka. Surname is Tanaka, and it's Ichiro.
Ichiro, righty-ho.
Yeah.
And he attempts. Oh, your stepfather totally refutes matters. Says that you are a lying little girl. That nobody should believe a word you say. You've been against him ever since he rescued you and your mother from the terrible circumstances. He's being very, very persuasive. Can you suggest anything, Tomoe?
I would say that perhaps we should go to his estate to search the estate and to see what is there. So he is known to be an artisan that sells textiles, but specifically we're looking for these high quality kimono and also his books and records. So I would suggest we go to if they could examine
Lord Kanawa
his
believes
business
that would be an
affairs.
ideal. Lord Kanawa believes that would be an ideal solution to this argument, and directs his Ashigaru to go and search your uncle's house and bring anybody that's there. Sorry, your stepfather's house, and bring anybody who's there. And they go and have a search. And return with your mother some raw silk and various half-assembled kimono. Uncle will certify that he has never seen those before in his life. He has never been asked to trade in any of those to the village. In his estimate, hang on a second. Righty-ho. They would have a value of such and such, which means that if this has been going on for the last, how many years have you been here? You've been here for 3 years. Yes, right. So on
3
the
years in
normal
total,
rate,
yeah.
Yeah, so not on the normal rate of. If you have a skilled seamstress, that would be so many kimono. He believes that would be and gives a figure of the loss of revenue to Lord Kanawa's estate. Lord Kanawa is not pleased. He questions your mother. Now, what's your mother's reaction going to be?
So my mother is too afraid to really say anything. She's very vague, and this is all very startling. for her. Obviously, she is happy that her daughter is safe, but has been
Yes,
living in these
Lord
conditions for.
Kanawa will ask her directly. Are you making these kimono? And to that, she has to say yes.
Yes, so she says yes, but she's very, very frightened.
Yes. Okay. Well, the whole thing boils up. Lord Kanawa is actually convinced by the headman and uncle that an illicit trade has been going on, and he determines the value of the revenue lost to the estate and levies that plus a fine on the uncle, on your stepfather, payment immediately. Let's see. Well, uncle will suggest that given the sum, he thinks it's unlikely that your stepfather would be able to pay that sum. But he would suggest that your mother be, your stepfather be sentenced to work directly for Lord Kanawa, and your mother to produce the kimono for Lord Kanawa himself, as a resolution to the matter.
That sounds like a result to me.
Yes, I have to say the stepfather, my stepfather looks incredibly enraged.
Oh yes,
as well.
yes.
So by what's happening to him, to not only be called forth, but to have his estate searched, he's incredibly angry. And there's no sign of my stepbrother as well, which I've noticed.
Oh no, he's not there.
His name's Tanaka Makoto. So I have been looking around.
Are you raising that with Uncle as well?
Not at the moment, but it's just a concern because of the ties they've got to the Yakuza. I don't know if there's going to be any retaliation against us. So I do feel a little bit afraid whilst it's happening, but also really happy that some justice is here and that my stepfather's sort of scheme has been uncovered. But I do feel concerned about retaliation.
Lord Kanawa will direct that your mother be sent up to Shibuya, to his father's estate, and that she can work there in freedom from oppression by your stepfather. And your stepfather will be used. He will have his goods sold to pay the fine, and if there is no money left over, then he will be. Now, sorry, I would have to ask if it's appropriate that he would be used as hard labour to earn that money directly, using his artisan skills directly. I think that would be fair. So basically, they've separated your mother from him to go and work elsewhere, and he will have to work at his craft directly for Lord Kanawa to pay off the fine that Lord Kanawa has levied for the loss of revenue for the kimono.
I have to say he's been working for a while because his skill is actually really poor. Yeah. So he's been using my mother's skill as kind of passing off as his own. So that feels like good justice to me.
Movie? The movie where a guy married an artist and she made this really quirky art and he was passing it off as his and making a career off of her art. Anybody catch that movie? Can't remember the name of it.
I mean,
I don't think so.
It was a Tim Burton, and it was quite recent.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know.
I'll need to check the name of it and recommend it. It's really good. Reminds me a lot of that. What was going on there?
Apparently, we don't need to watch that. With this now instead.
Yeah.
Okay. The headman and uncle thank Lord Kanawa for his discernment, and retire satisfied. Your stepfather will return to his compound deeply unsatisfied. He's now going to have to cook
Very
his own meals. Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And you
So
will
I
return.
do-
You will return back to the inn where Uncle will buy everyone a dose of sake.
Dave,
Yes.
I'm going to
Yes.
ask
Thank
if
you.
we could accompany Tomoe's mother to Shibuya as a sort of honor guard.
Yes. Of
Yes,
course.
I would. I would feel
the-
better.
There will be no problem with that. If you wish to go and collect her from, she'll be getting her stuff together at your stepfather's house with an Ashigaru guard to make sure that she's not harmed in any way.
Okay, in that case, ask that they bring her to the inn where we're staying when they're ready.
Yeah, fine, no problem. You know them from the garrison, so they will bring her to the inn when they've collected all her stuff together. So they're. Pardon?
Then we'll have a party.
Yes.
Okay, so you spend the rest of the day in Hanamisha, while your mother's stuff is collected. Her loom is taken down into pieces. All her stuff is put together. The silk that they've managed to find is bundled up into travel bags, etc. And late afternoon, it's all delivered to you at the inn. So, if you're going to be travelling up to Shibuya tomorrow, you should be able to make it there and back in one day.
Let's do that.
Okie doke. Congratulations.
I will point out, ladies and gentlemen, that we've just made an enemy there.
Oh, we sure
Yes.
have.
But has our standing improved with Lord Kanawa because of this?
Well, Uncle's standing has certainly improved.
In answer to that, I would suggest that it has, even though we don't necessarily know about it.
Yeah.
As far as members of the village is concerned, you have basically exposed wrong and brought it to light. And you have stood up for your parent. Granted against your stepfather, but you've stood up for your blood parent to gain her safety. So
Yes.
your people's view of you as a dutiful daughter has gone up.
So do I get any on or anything like that, or is there any change at all?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. I don't mind. I'm still happy that my mum's fine.
Plenty good,
yes,
plenty
yes.
good karma though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly.
Okie doke.
Yeah, and I mean, the rabbit gang, they already hated us anyway, so, more enemies, who cares?
Yeah, they already hated us. Like, I don't think it could have got worse with the rabbit gang. They were already our enemy.
Yeah, we already killed a few of them earlier, so.
Yeah. And I
Yes,
enjoyed
and the
it.
rest are about to be given the choppers bandits.
Yep.
Well, the rest of those had attacked you anyway. So, sorry, I'll just write up the diary. So, High Court drama. Right. So you settle down at the inn for the night. Your mother is very grateful for her rescue from your stepfather. He'd been impossible to live with since you left home, dear. Don't know where your stepbrother's gone. But he disappeared a month or so ago.
I'm just
Anyway.
really glad that you're safe now. And I want to make sure that we accompany you to Shibuya safely, where you can be under the care of Lord Kanawa.
Jolly good. Okay, the following day dawns. It was not below freezing last night. Isn't that good? And you make your way up the village road to Shibuya.
What's the date?
Sorry, the date today is 15 Shimatsuki. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you reach Shibuka without any problems.
I'm not sure it's the 15th. It was the 14th we crossed the river. We had the night at the inn. Then the morning we went with Uncle to the headman, which would have been the 15th.
Yeah, I think it's the 16th.
Yeah. We reached the inn. We stayed at the inn overnight. Then we went with Uncle and see the headman in the morning on the following day, on the 15th.
Well, what happened was you travelled to Ikagetsu on the 11th.
Okay.
On the 12th, you reached the river. You crossed the river mid-morning. You defeated Yuki, dropped the message off, and then raced back up the Saikaido all the way to Ima Castle.
Yeah.
And
We were
then
detained.
you unfortunately got held up.
Yeah,
So that
and-
was on the 12th. The night of the 12th, the rabbits tried to ambush you and were in turn ambushed by the rats.
Yeah.
And the morning of the 13th, you crossed the river and then made it all the way up to Hanamishisu.
Okay.
Yep.
So that was all the 13th. Right.
Yeah. On the Saikaido, you move quite fast. So that was
Yeah.
all.
Okay.
Yep. So then on the 14th, we had the High Court drama, rescued Tomoe's mother, and then on the 15th, you are travelling up to Shibuka.
Not a problem. All good. Thank you.
No problem at all. You got an awful lot done on the 12th. 2 battles. Well, your first one wasn't really a battle; it was a duel, but it still counts as a battle. So, you travel northwest up the village road to Shibuka, and
Just a moment, Dave.
Yep.
Gents, we have a 20 copper credit in Shibuka. Okay.
We do.
I'm going to suggest that we transfer that to Tomoe's mother, since she's much more likely to be able to spend it than we.
That's really kind. Thank you very, very much.
oh, her mother is deeply grateful. Ask the blessings of the Kami on you. She will say prayers for you before the shrine every night.
At that point, Kinzo grins quite wide.
She doesn't understand.
Well, a few weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to get a statue of a Kami blessed, and the Kami in particular made a personal appearance.
Oh wow!
She is awed. You are indeed blessed. She has a quiet word with Tomoe about make sure you keep an eye on him. He's somebody to follow.
Yes, I will, Mother. Thank you.
Blessed by the Kami. You can't get better than that.
Yes, thank you.
I knew I should have kept my mouth shut.
Mother always wants to see the best for her daughter.
Indeed.
Okay, you have a letter from Lord Kanawa of Shibuka Village, and your mother is set up in a small hut with workroom attached, and the headman welcomes her to the village, and Lord explains that according to the letter, she is to work for Lord Kanawa himself at the estate, and no doubt one of his men will be by to talk to you and explain what Lord Kanawa wants done.
Okay, thank you.
As a matter of interest, Lianne, does Tomoe's mother actually have a name?
Yes, she does. Her name's so she was Megumi Hayami. So that's my family name is Hayami. But when she married my stepfather, so she's Megumi Tanaka at the moment. So that's her name currently. I'm not really sure what happens with her marriage in this situation, but as it stands, she would be Megumi. Tanaka Megumi, be surname first.
I mean, I would assume that since he's going to be working for a long time, wherever he's working now, it's probably going to be dissolved after some time.
Yes, I think so too.
Well, as far as their marriage is concerned, they are still married. However, Lord Kanawa in Hanamitsu believed that your stepfather was criminally misusing your mother and using her skills to commit a crime, and therefore he has separated them. Your comments about him mistreating her, well, there isn't any proof because your mother wouldn't say anything about it. That on top of it, he's basically separated them. Now, if your stepfather gets himself back into Lord Kanawa's good books, pays off his fine, etc., then no doubt, they can be put back together and she can resume her life as his wife. Unless, of course, your mother chooses to seek permanent separation and ask the monk at the Temple of the Great Waters to annul their marriage for some reason.
Yes, I think once things had settled down, that my mother would. That's what she would do. So even though she's obviously been in the situation for a long time and not really been able to do anything, I think that would be her kind of way of the kind of bravest move that she can make, I think, in the situation.
Well, the fact that she's now employed directly by Lord Kanawa himself, that gives her a permanent income.
Yes. Yeah, it's fantastic. A really good outcome for her.
And he's a lord. It gives her a great safe place to be as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Shibuka Village is the village attached to Lord Kanawa's estate. That's his son who runs Hanamitsu.
I think we've done well by your mother here, actually. Very
well. I'm really happy, guys. Thank you.
Okay. And
I mean, I didn't get to beat up your stepdad yet, but still, it's a result.
there's still time.
There's still
There's time.
Yeah. I think he's going to be angry and come after us. I think we won't have to provoke him. I think we'll be able to get him in self-defense.
Yeah, I mean, even if we can beat him up, we can beat up all his friends.
Also, there's my stepbrother as well. He's kind of out of the picture at the minute. I don't know where he's gone, but he's obviously hiding.
Here's a question as well: is stepbrother trying to marry you? Is he ready for? Is he keen for it?
Well, he originally was. That was the plan for me. But once my mother told me she'd overheard this conversation between my stepfather and stepbrother, that's when I decided it was time to go to the garrison. So I literally left.
But the stepfather wants it, but does the stepbrother want it?
Well, he's
a creepy fuck if he does. He's a creepy bastard if he does want to marry his stepsister, and I'm gonna slap him about it. He definitely does.
Yeah, so and also there's my mother was concerned, had brought up about the shame on the family, but the stepfather and stepbrother they don't seem to care about things like that. It was just it's all about owning things and owning people and property and wealth. So I was just another object to them. Aww. So he's definitely somewhere. But I don't know where he is. But he wasn't at the estate when obviously it was searched. So we do have to look out for him. His name is Makoto.
I have a feeling we will see him again.
Yeah, I'd say so. He's
possible.
He's definitely a brute, and there may be some ties to the Yakuza in all of this.
Well, if you do find him, you can always haul him off to somewhere in time to a tree.
Yeah. Well, we will see. We'll have to keep our eyes open. But I'm really happy with the outcome. My mother, in particular, I don't think it could have gone any better, and now I don't have to worry about her being sort of enslaved on the estate. So thank you, everyone.
In that case, you return back to the village of Hanamitsu and settle down at the inn again. That evening, the headman visits to speak to Tomoe, and thanks her for revealing something which bringing shame to the village, even if they didn't know about it, and wishes her luck in her independent ventures henceforth. You can now add 2 on, Tomoe.
Nice.
So under earned on, you can add 2.
Oh, earned on.
Yeah. So that's on from actions, which is G47.
Okay.
Add another
And
2.
can I ask the headman before they go if so first of all to say thank you for coming to visit, but also is there any way that we could perform any duties or any work for Lord Kanawa or help the estate in any way, as we'd like to continue as we helped in this matter. We would be interested in helping in any other matters potentially.
At present, he doesn't think that Lord Kanawa has any needs for that sort of thing. At least he certainly hasn't notified the village of it.
Okay.
You can always apply to to the garrison to see if they have any work that needs doing. But he can't think of anything that the village isn't doing already. They are kind of mindful of their duties.
Okay.
We're happy through
Thank
the
you.
week.
That's what he would say anyway.
We're happy through the week. We could easily go to Nobeoka and get some work. We're looking for something to do, and then we could head up to the house on the rock for the start of the week and see if we can get any military training, any martial training.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
I'm always.
If everybody else is.
The guys aren't always as keen to train as me. I'm always trying to train. They're often more often trying to work. I'm always trying to train.
I need to get my speed. I need to get my speed up, guys. So I'm all about the jumping jacks. I don't know what else I can do. Fast feet. I'm not entirely sure,
if I'm
but
not mistaken, is a martial arts school.
well, we could. I'd be really pleased to head up by that way. I've never been before.
Is that right, Dave? The house on the rock is the martial
It is
arts
indeed.
school, yeah.
Well, the sensei of the house because he comes down and trains any budoka in the garrison in the martial arts skills.
What do you think, guys? Nobeoka for a couple of days' work and then a week's training.
I mean, it's just,
I'm good with that.
yeah, it's just you talk about how you always want to train more, but personally, at least, I just want to be able to use my weapon. Like, I don't know.
Get in some fights.
No, I mean like use my weapon as in like the actual Wakasashi sword, and potentially work myself up to something bigger than that.
Yeah, I understand that as well. I also want to make my way out as an adventurer as well. I want to go kill Bakemono. I want to go kill monsters. It's an RPG at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
playing a
just,
TTRPG at the end of the day. I kind of want to kill some monsters, like.
Oh, the innkeeper is looking on with horror when talking about venturing into the wilds to seek Bakemono.
Yeah, I guess what you mean is just using wooden versions of all the weapons is kind of getting.
I flex a muscle at him and wink.
Well, you could always leave Hyuga another province because it's only the daimyo of Hyuga who insisting his peasants not use martial weapons at the moment.
Oh, what do we think of that, guys?
Kyūryū is a big island.
I really want to learn the shuriken and be able to use it. The shuriken, sorry.
I would say I'd be up for following the road along, but if there are any schools to stop by, so we could still do the original plan of take some training in on the road. But I would be very happy, or listening out for any rumours if you want to, seek for spirits or Bakemono.
Yeah, well, if we go to Nobeoka and spend a few days there working, we can spend some time in inns and taverns and listen to some rumours.
Yes. Also, I play Go, and I'm really bad at it. But I do get it. So the game's quite long.
Money, great.
No, but the game's pretty long, and you can get some chatting whilst it's happening.
It's not that long when you play. is it?
Well, don't have to be. You don't have to be mean about it. I mean, it's really bad, but I was just going to say it might be good to kind of see if there's any rumors or any kind of ghost stories or anything that people are telling at the inn, so we can listen out if you want to do that.
I quite like the idea of that, so we can do that in Nobeoka while getting some work in. We're halfway through a week. What do you think, boys?
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, we can head over towards Nobeoka either way.
We can head to Nobeoka, listen to rumours, do some days' work, and then think about if we wanted to do some training next or if we want to do something else next. But we can finish the week in Nobeoka working and getting rumours.
Yeah.
Do we also want to... Is it the Rat Gang? Is it Nobeoka?
Yeah.
That we have a chat with them as well?
I think they might seek us out when we get there, to be honest.
Yeah, true, actually. So should we head that way?
What do we think?
Well, there are 7 other provinces on the island.
We have a party leader.
And none of those daimyo have implemented this sort of restriction on peasants. Why the Lord of Hyuga's chosen to do it? Yeah, well, obviously he has the good of his peasants at heart. But you're not limited to this province. Of course, striking off into the unknown, always dangerous.
Yes, my I was going to say my sister as well has offered me, so whilst I left home, had offered me a place with her and her husband, and they live in Kumamoto, and that is one of my goals, was to kind of head that way. But that is it's pretty far away. I think it would take quite a long time to get there. But if you wanted to go out of this prefecture, I'd be looking to potentially head that way.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it feels like this area is kind of... I mean, obviously things happen every now and then with the gangs and such, but I feel like we could probably make more money going somewhere else.
Well, if we go to Nobeoka, we could follow the roads.
Yeah.
So from Nobeoka to the... we could find one of the main roads and head across. So we'll head up the coast, but then go west.
So then go this way, yeah, up the coast and then up this direction, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So if I can remember what Kyūryū looks like, but Kumamoto is pretty much in the middle, and then up from there is Fukuoka.
Well, the Saikaido runs up the coast.
Is this all meta knowledge though? Is this meta knowledge because you know Japan though? Does the character,
I don't know. I was just thinking as I was saying it. I was like, does this actually exist in Nippon?
Yeah,
so
does the character know this?
Yes. Well, to the north of, I mean, Hyuga used to be 2 provinces, Ayamana and Tokuga province, but after the battles of decades ago, it was joined together as one. To the north of Hyuga province, you have Bungo province, and then to the north of Bungo is it Buzen province? And
yeah, Buzen.
And the city of Kakura lies up there. You also have Nakatsu. Then west from Buzen is Chikuzen province. Then to the southwest of Chikuzen is Hizen province, where you find Nagasaki. South of Chikuzen province is Chikugo, with the city of Saga. And then further south, you've got the province of Higo, which is quite large and has the city of Kumamoto. And finally, to the southwest, you've got Satsuma and the city of Kagoshima. So there are 7 other provinces on the island, apart from Hyuga. So you certainly could go travelling, but it would mean losing your connection with your daimyo of place, Kinzo. Although, you could always ask whether you could take her statue with you.
Weren't we going to come back on an anniversary?
Yes, Kinzo's already declared that he's going to return on the anniversary.
Have you written that date down?
How long?
Oh, yes.
We have. I've got it written down in my notes from last week.
How many months do we have?
It's like 11.
11 months.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
One second. Let's check and see how long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So it was. It was 5 weeks ago, 48 days. That you,
okay, yes, it's almost a full
that
year.
you returned the Kami to the well.
10.5 months.
Yeah. We definitely can travel around a while until that becomes an issue.
Yeah. Okay, so are you travelling up to Nobeoka?
Yeah, we'll stop there.
I think that's unanimous, guys.
Yeah, I think we're stopping there first.
Party leader! We have not heard from you for
Yeah,
some
we're waiting
time.
on the party leader.
You might have Discord problems.
No, he's here.
Oh, okay, I'm listening in.
He's taking it
Yeah,
all
we'll
in.
go to Nobeoka.
Okie doke. If
I'm
nothing
just
else,
listening
travelling
into the
around.
discussion.
If nothing else, travelling around the island might get you further away from the rabbits.
We've done a good thing in here.
We're not scared of them.
This is further away from
Not
the
scared of a few.
stepbrother as well.
Not scared of a few bunnies.
Nah, not scared of stepbrother as well. I can't wait to slap stepbrother around.
6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you reach Nobeoka without a problem. And you are greeted on the docks by Wanshu, who is surprised that you have acquired a new member of your group.
And
Asked to be
can I ask
introduced.
Yes, can I ask Wanshu, why are you called Wanshu?
He looks somewhat embarrassed. It's a long. You're not really.
Maybe some other time. Nice to meet you,
Yes,
though.
another time. Okay. He doesn't seem to want to talk about it. You have to catch him when he's had some more sake. Okay. So
soon enough, don't worry.
fair enough. Well, it's 4 days to the end of the week. Are you looking for work, gentle beings?
I think so.
Some going, we will do some.
I kind of want to talk to the.
Have we been paid by Bushido for the job?
Bushido gave you the gold coin when he gave you the message.
And he gave us
Got a gold coin.
and we got an extra
Yeah,
3
we did.
silver for our part in the battle as well.
Yes, yeah. So,
I kind of wanted to go over to the flower school since I've trained there before.
Okie doke. So let's see.
Is that here in Nobeoka?
I believe so, yeah. Wasn't it?
Yes, the flower of Hyuga school.
Yeah.
In Nobeoka. Right. So you want to know what training is being offered next week.
I actually wanted to. Well, when I talked to them there at the flower school, I actually wanted to talk to, particularly to the people that trained me there. But seeing, having seen my skill with the sword before, since I've trained with them, if they think that there's anything they could offer, they need anything that needs doing with somebody of my level of skill, because I feel like I'm actually pretty good at it.
Oh, you're offering to train somebody instead. Teach a class.
Offering to either train somebody or otherwise a job, yeah.
Let's see. So Asakura, so you are. So you are actually seeking to join the school as a teacher.
At least temporarily, yes.
Well, anyone who is training people in the school is playing with the honor of the school, and therefore you would have to be a member of the school, a permanent member of the school, in order to have training privileges.
Ah, okay. Well, if I can't train, do you know if there's anything else here that the people running it needs help with?
And do you have to get a certain status number at that school to be able to get to that point, Dave?
If you wish to join a school as more than just a base member, then you have to use your status BCS to apply for a position.
Okay.
And you may well be in a opposed role. If somebody doesn't want you to join, or somebody else is angling for that position, then it may be an opposed role. So once you've got a position in a school, then you will gain benefits from it, but you will also gain responsibilities.
Yeah, and I feel like since we were thinking of leaving here soon, that's not the best idea.
Yeah. I mean, the difficulty is if you wish to teach in a school, then the school itself gives advantages because it's they've got all the training areas. They may have Torimono, etc., etc. But it's the honour of the school at stake, and you have to be a formal member of that school.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, you can always advertise to see if anybody wishes to employ you as a personal trainer, but
that's probably not best to do here. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't have anything otherwise. If it's not, I
they don't have any work around the school. They use students and stuff for that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Wax on, wax off, wax on,
Exactly,
wax
yeah.
off.
I'll find somewhere else. Maybe I'll try to join them instead.
Okay. If you're interested while you're there, next week they're training. They're running classes in calligraphy, AI Jutsu, Chikugo Jutsu, and heraldry.
Okay. Well, I might be interested in the Jutsu class if I'm still here.
Okie doke. So, back to the docks.
I might be too. I have some skill in Jiu-Jitsu.
And
wait, you want skill in the Jutsu?
I have very little, so I can do it. Put it up.
Do you have Kenjutsu at all?
No.
So you're very good at drawing the sword, but not good at using it.
No, it's for drawing weapons.
AI Jutsu can be applied to other weapons.
Ah, I thought it was just for swords.
No. It's effectively fast draw weapon. It's normally used with Kenjutsu for an EI Jutsu duel, but its limited uses in battle. On the first round, if you've not got your weapon out, you can draw your weapon and attack on the same action. Okay?
If you make the roll.
Yeah, it makes sense then. Okay.
Anyway.
As an aside, I want to say that I've actually trained in EI Jutsu, and a lot of the forms and things like that are based on, say, for example, if you were actually having tea inside and the other person went to attack you. So, and it's about drawing, it's about being prepared for the situation. So that it's kind of different from the other kind of from Kenjutsu in that way, specific to fast reacting to somebody coming to attack you in a certain way.
I've got BCS
I currently train in Jutsu as well, so.
Yeah, I think it would all work well together, obviously, for both of them. But I think they are different, definitely.
Yeah, I just thought it was simply like drawing quickly with a sword, not drawing quickly in general. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, Bushido is putting together a version of Japan, so it's a version of the Aijutsu, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but it's all good. Yeah, I get it.
Righty-ho. So...
Can I ask, is there any way to train any of the any mental abilities? Would that be calligraphy?
Yeah. Yes, if you train in a fine art, such as calligraphy or poetry or Go, then every time you raise your BCS by 1, in other words, you get 5%, then you can raise a mental characteristic, a mental attribute, by 0.05. So
could I potentially look around, see if there's anyone to play Go with, and then at the same time just have a chat and see if there's any rumours or, anything going on, basically.
Getting quite a bit of sound from Nick.
Everything's gone quiet. If you wish to go out and play Go, you can always find a game of Go. Lucky Coin Inn is one that you could go to, although Kinzo might suggest you don't gamble on it.
No, I'm not planning. I'm looking for. I guess I'm looking for. So I think in Go you can have teaching games, or you can approach somebody like you would do from learning a martial art. You ask for a kind of a teaching game, but I was wondering if I could, whilst I'm doing this, would it be potentially able to practice Go, but also talk whilst the social side. And then find any rumours or information out.
Any rumours up, certainly.
I'd like to do that. I think maybe for this week. Is that okay?
As far as learning is concerned, unless you get a private teacher, you wouldn't actually improve your skill at all.
Okay.
If you had a Torimono, a teaching scroll, then you could teach yourself how to improve your skill. But you don't have that. But certainly.
Oh, I was going to ask: is there a teacher at Nobeoka?
Oh, there is a school in Nobeoka, which you might be interested in attending. The Art of Go.
Yeah, you can learn Go.
That's the actual name of the school.
Oh, so can I go? So that would be good. So I'd like to spend time at the school.
Okay.
The Art of Go school.
The training weeks they have a cycle, and it's basically days 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and 21 to 30 of each month. So you okay. They're 10-day weeks, and you take a full week of training. And at the present moment, the date is you've just finished 16 Shimotsuki, so therefore there are 4 days before the next training cycle starts.
Okay.
Now you can get work on the docks. One shoe's generally got good contacts on the docks, and if he doesn't have a job for you, he probably knows somebody who does.
Can I do some exercise?
If you wish to exercise, if you take a full month, then you can increase a characteristic by 1 point.
What about 4 days? What about 4 days? No. Okay, thank you.
Just join us on the docks, shifting boxes.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Thanks, guys.
Okay, fine. Okay, so you shifty lot get 4 days work on the docks for 1 shoe, and he's happy to pay you 4 copper a day. So if you knock off a copper for food, you can all of you can add 12 copper to your total.
I actually wanted to spend at least one of these days resting because I got some lethal damage.
Okay.
If you wish food, right?
Yep. Oh no. I'm just abstracting that for the time being because he's not charging you to stay there. I'm assuming that you can buy your food out 1 copper a day. Yeah. So if he's paying you 4 copper a day, reduce that to 3. So for the 4 days, you'd get 12 copper. However, if you have any physical damage, you need to spend a day resting, as has just been pointed out.
21 minus 12, 9.
Right, now let me just double check this. That's why. Okie doke. So are you all available as training? Okay.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, there's not a tremendous amount. Templar of the Dragonet Peace and the Rose Temple are both teaching Bushido. And the Dragonet Peace is also holding classes in meditation and Hatha. The Harvest Blessing Shrine is teaching Shinten, but none of the other shrines are teaching anything this week. The Flower of Hyuga School is teaching calligraphy, Iai Jutsu, Chikujo Jutsu, and heraldry. The Rice Harvest School, the Sensei is leading a class in Chiken Jutsu, and there are also classes in Iai Jutsu and Senjo Jutsu. The Art of Go School is only teaching Armory and Chinese Classics this week. The Moving Wave School is teaching Jojutsu and Saite. Now,
So the School of Go is not teaching Go?
Not this week, no.
God damn it.
However, you can always ask one of the teachers, if they have a spare space, you can ask them to teach something else. And asking them to teach Go, you would probably have an advantage in asking them.
Yeah.
I'd like to, I feel like I'd like to ask, otherwise I will select something else. So I don't want to take ages.
Let's see whether or not the Art of Go School is willing to teach you.
Are we thinking we're just going to have the 1 week training?
Yeah, I think so. You get to
think so, yeah.
You get to chuck in silver pieces to try and bribe them and improve your roll, by the way, when you're convincing them.
No, it's not a bribe, it's a gift.
So if you want an easier roll when you're trying to convince somebody to teach you something, you can chuck them a couple of silver. It's +1 on your roll per silver piece.
As an aside, I listened to the ones on YouTube, and it didn't seem to go very well on some of this bribing and getting in.
About.
So
Like, the Doc's first character seemed to fail all of them. Like nobody wants to
just a little bit. But I mean, Asakura did fine though. Okay.
Yeah, Asakura did better. The brother did better, but it's Joe. Nobody wanted to teach him shit.
They were insulted by him even asking.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm not gonna. Can I give them copper, or is it silver is better?
No, it's silver.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna roll normally.
Okay. In that case, you need to roll a status BCS. Unfortunately, your status at the moment is 0, so you've got a base BCS of 1. So of 0. So roll a d20. And to this you
Doesn't
get.
sound good.
Well, no, you get a base +5.
I was going to say you might want to reconsider
7.
the silvers.
No. You get a base +5 because the guy is already teaching. You get +1 because you are adding one to his class, which is +6. And then you get a further +1 because you are asking him to teach you Go, which is the specialism of the school.
There you go.
Okay.
So you get +7. So you need to roll 7 or less. Oh look,
I've
you rolled
rolled
a 7.
Yay! Get to learn some Go.
So you have persuaded the second most senior teacher to teach you Go. So let's see. Level of student. Yes. No. You are fully literate in Go, yes? Sorry, in katakana, yes?
I believe. Well, yes, I am. Yeah.
And your score in Go is not higher than 76, is it?
No, it's definitely not higher than 76.
In that case,
13.
there is a Torimono that you can use.
Oh, brilliant.
So therefore, 1 week's training in Go will increase your skill by 5 plus your learning rate. Okay? Your learning rate, if you look on your sheet, just below your characteristics, your attributes,
It's 1.
Your learning rate is 1. Now, if you get
Yeah.
your wit up to 5, I think it goes up to 2, but at the moment it's 1. So, your skill increases by 6%. So you've doubled your skill.
Okay.
So your permanent score. Sorry, what was it? Was it 13?
It was 13. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, it goes up to by 6% to 19.
19. And
Okay.
does my
that increases your BCS by 1, and therefore you can add 0.05 to a mental characteristic. So your wit
gotta
goes
add
up
it
to
to
4.
wit?
Yes. Which is probably the best one.
I've had
Come on, Wits.
Oh, hang on a second. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies.
Sorry.
My apologies.
Mm.
Your skill only increased by 3% because you are over your freely improvable skills.
Am
So
I?
your
I
progress
thought
is- You've got 4 that you've used.
Yes.
And your freely improvable skills are 4. You did not
Yes,
train
and-
in Go, so you are now training in a skill which is not freely improvable. So your skill only goes up to 16. However,
I thought because
however, because
Go
your
ahead.
BCS went up by 1, your wit still goes up to 4.1.
Okay, so can I ask please? So Go is one of my 4 skills.
No, if you look on your character sheet,
Yeah.
you learnt Go initially, but you haven't trained in it above your initial skill. Where you have an FIS, those are the skills that you have trained so far.
Okay. Sorry.
So
right,
those are the
I've
4 that you chose to train, and therefore they're the 4 freely improvable skills you've got so far. So anything other than those that you train, unfortunately, is going to be at an extra disadvantage.
Okay,
But
I understand now. Thank you.
But you've got your skill up by your BCS has gone up by 1, so therefore your wit goes up by 0.05 to 4.1.
4.1. Okay. That was what I was actually trying to mainly go for. So
okay, well you've got that up to 4.1. If you train up your poetry, not only will your haiku get better, but those will also help your wit get better.
That's why I bought the book. But then you said I couldn't learn. You were like, I couldn't learn. So
I'm looking at the stats, and a 4 sounds like a serious dump on a stat to me. Like,
well, a standard Bushi only has 5. A classic Bushi has 5 wit.
Asakura is actually pretty smart with 7.2.
I guess the strength.
Oh yes.
Stop showing off.
I guess they have much higher strength and deafness.
Yeah, health and strength, typically.
Health and strength, yeah.
Okay, so as far as you're concerned, Tomoe, you can start a new group called the Art of Go, which is the Art of Go school, and put yourself down for 1 point of earned status in the Art of Go.
So during this week, because there's some chat, did I learn anything at all, or as in information about what's happening in the town, or is it just
because you
all
spent
about the Go?
You spent the week at the school and you've been concentrating on learning Go. So you won't pick up town gossip there. You'll pick up school gossip.
Was there any school gossip?
Oh yes, which teacher's doing what, and so on.
Who cheated in the last tournament?
Oh yes. So your global status there through that school is 6.
Okay, thank you.
Okie doke.
Right, Dave. I'm going to go to the Harvest Blessing Shrine and learn some Shinten.
Fair enough.
When you learn, so that's a fine art, so that improves a mental skill.
Hang on a second. Harvest Blessing Shrine. Fine. And that is... Sengetsu is teaching Shinten this week. So Sengetsu is him. So he's teaching you Shinten. Shinten, right? His level is greater than yours. It's not a bonus for you. Let's see. Do they have a Torimono? Well, your score is not better than 81, is it? So they have a usable.
Oh, I'd love it to be 81 or more, but no, it's not.
Okay. So that will cost you, give you a bonus of 4 plus your learning rate.
Okie doke. And how much?
Oh, it's free.
Oh,
Religion. The temple.
They don't charge you to learn Shinten. And add 1 to your earned status. In the Harvest Blessings. Okay. So if ever you want to spend a week training in something, you can always train in Butsudo, providing a temple's teaching it, or Shinten, providing a shrine's teaching it, and they don't actually charge you for it. So you gain teaching, and you also get fed and sheltered for a week. Isn't that a benefit? So, Asakura, what do you wish to do this week?
Training Yayutsu.
Okie doke. So that is in the Flower of Hyuga school, correct?
Now, I'm going to go with them, so that's going to improve our chances to get taught it. No, they're already teaching it.
There is already a class.
Yeah,
there is already a class.
The first time we actually try, it is already actually teach.
Yeah, I think I might save on trying to convince and just jump along to that one then.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so that is Kada. And you want to learn EI Jutsu from him. Oh, that's a shame. He's a master. So you get an extra bonus for both. Is it bonus for both of you, or not?
It's
bonus for me.
It's not bonus for me.
Okay, so it's not bonus for you. Now, do they have a usable Torimona? Right. Are your scores higher than 67 or higher?
In katakana? No.
No. In EI Jutsu.
Absolutely not. No, I've got a 6.
Fair enough. In that case, you can both benefit from the EI Jutsu Torimono. So therefore, Asakura will gain 5 plus learning rate, and Kyūryū will gain 4 plus learning rate.
So 6. Add it to the permanent and everything else adjusts, right?
And how much did that cost?
Oh, hang on a second. Your EI Jutsu was already 61, wasn't it? No, your EI Jutsu was 60. Oh, you just scraped.
Yep.
Full 7. In that case, you go up every BCS you went up, you go up 0.1 of a physical. So I think your BCS went up from 12 to 13 as your base BCS, so you gain 0.1 in a physical. Kyūryū, yours went up
from 1 to 2, my final BCS.
From 1 to 2, so therefore you get 0.1 on a physical.
Nice.
Kosa, what do you wish to do?
See, first of all, how much did that cost, money-wise?
Sorry, money-wise will cost you 5 silver each.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, and status at the school?
Sorry, my apologies.
What school is it?
It will still cost you 5 silver, I'm afraid, Kyūryū, even though you only got 4 out of it, 4 bonus.
What?
And you will each get 1 status additional in the Flower of Hyuga.
Nice. And status.
Okay.
Okie doke. Kosa, what do you fancy doing this week?
Right, there's no training there that I'm interested in. So on the 19th and the 20th, I'm going to nip off and travel to the House on the Rock.
Okie doke. You're going to the House on the Rock.
Oh, I might retcon and go with him because we're talking about we're talking about the 21st onwards here. If he's going up there to check the martial arts school on the 19th and 20th, then I would have went and done that actually.
I'm not sure there's any particular benefit because You had training in EI Jutsu from a master.
I suppose, yeah. I'll just stick with that. Save for complications and retcon.
And starting out at the movie at the art house on just before you were talking about leaving the province last time. So
yeah, okay, no, that's fine. No retcon. I'll just take my AI Jitsu training.
Okay, I'll come back to you in a second, Kosa, because I need to do something on that. So Yanagi,
Yeah,
what are your plans this week?
Again, there's the only bit there that would be of interest is the meditation. After what you mentioned.
Okay, Temple of Dragon at Peace. Dashoku's teaching meditation.
So I will happily go along, see whether they have space available.
They do have space available. And that is Dashoku there. And so, you want to learn meditation?
Zazen.
And he is higher level than you. And it's not a bonus for you, is it?
I wouldn't have thought so. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Let's check and see if they have a Torimono. No, unless you speak Hiragana or Kanji, they don't have.
I speak Hiragana.
Sorry, you have Hiragana? Are you fully literate?
I'm 60%.
Good lord! he pulls out a barely used Torimono. Very few of the people who learn meditation are able to read it, but you are one such. So that
I told you he was a brain bot.
Okie doke. So that will give you a bonus of 4 to your learning rate.
4 plus learning rate, okay.
And cost you 5 silver.
Okay. 5 silver.
Does Yanagi state that he's going to go and learn some Zazen if he can?
Yeah, I guess at some point while we're in those 4 days before when we're looking at what we're doing.
Okay, doke.
Right.
Just confirming your prejudices, isn't he, Kinzo?
No, I'd like to learn Zazen at some point too. And if he knows somebody who can, then that'd be...
Yes, the Temple of the Dragon at Peace. He's learning it there. They're running a.
Yeah, but I'm already booked for Shinten.
Yes.
Make that a fizz as well, Dave.
Okay, so that's an FIS certainly.
Why is that showing?
Why is that not showing there? Hang on a second. That's now showing correctly, yes?
Yes.
Not sure
it's because the extra coins I'd been given had encumbered me, so it reduced my BCS. Now I've spent them on training, I'm not encumbered anymore.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so somebody else with 1 as their in something. Jolly good. Okay, so let's see. The house on.
To add that as a group, don't I? Or do I?
Yes, if you could add Temple of Dragon at Peace or Dragon Temple, then add that to the list of groups.
Yeah, that's my first.
Fair enough. You become a member in that. You gain 1 earned status. So you get 0 position status. You get 10 from your personal status, and that is a 0.6.
Okay.
Okie doke. And finally, the house on the rock. There's only 1 class being taught this week, and that's in a Temiwaza by Onaka.
Okay, that'll do. As long as it's good. As long as he's fairly good, he can teach me.
What's your skill?
My 77.
Ooh, he can actually teach you just.
Is it higher than 78.5, Dave? I might retcon the non-retcon.
Let's see. He's not higher level than you, though.
Okay. So no need for the retcon.
Usable Torimono. Temi was let's see. So their katakana scroll, unfortunately, is only up to 71.
Okay.
Do you read hiragana?
I do, but not very well.
If you're not fully literate, then you can't use
I'm not fully literate.
Torimono, I'm afraid, either.
What makes fully literate 50%? What makes literate 50%? Like, I've got a 68 in katakana, so I'm literate, right?
If
Yeah,
you
this is
are,
hiragana.
if it's 50% or higher, then you are fully literate.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
But this is hiragana, isn't it?
But
Yes.
is it the same for all of them? The languages?
Yes, you need to be 50% or higher in that script to be fully literate. Okay. Hang on a second, I think I've got that wrong. So that's no. Yes. So I'm afraid you only get a +3 to your skill, to your learning rate, at a cost of 4 silver.
So does that? So my learning rate is 2.
And your learning rate is halved anyway, because you are get at a disadvantage. So that's 2.5.
2.5. Ooh, bugger. Guess what I'm on?
79.5.
Yeah, what a git.
Oh,
did you need 80 for another final BCS, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on 78.5, I just need a little bit in that as well, like.
And you can add House on the Rock.
Yes.
And 1 point in that.
Quick question about the mechanics of the game, I guess. Does it stop at 100, the permanent scale? Can't go higher than 100?
99.
99.
99 is mastery.
That makes sense, actually.
And
is 99
beyond,
a final BCS
beyond
of
that,
20 or 19?
Well, 99 will give you BCS of base BCS of a raw BCS of 19.
A final BCS of 19, yeah. Or a raw BCS.
Sorry, your base BCS of 19.
Okay. So then
your final BCS will then be your base BCS plus your level.
Aye, so it'll be above 20. So you're hitting on 20s unless they've got armor, basically.
More to the point, if your BCS is 20 or higher, you don't fumble on a 20.
Yeah. You're hitting on a 20. Unless they've got armor on and stuff. Wow.
Yep. I assume we're only stopping for 1 week. I assume that was the plan.
I don't know. I think we're stopping this week at the end of that week, with Kosa separated from the party.
Yeah, split the party.
We're ending a session on a split party, boys.
Did Kosa say where he was going?
Oh, surely told us.
Did you tell them where you were going?
Oh yeah, of course I will. Yeah, tell them where I'm going.
Okay.
I'll tell them that's nothing for me. No training in Nobeoka, so I'm going to go down to the House of Rock, see what's there.
Yeah, right then. After this week, we got to be heading out, seeing the world a bit, see if there's any schools that you're interested in there.
Well, hopefully we'll have had some rumours from the various people listening in and that, and we'll.
Yeah, but I know House on the Rock is good, and I know that they teach things I'm interested in.
Anyway, thank you, Dave. Thank you, people. That was a good session.
It was a spare one.
See you next.
Yeah.
Have a good week, everybody, and I'll
See you next week, everybody.
Yep.